Chapter 2548. Deny, you're in such a hurry to attack me. I hope you won't disappoint me. Looking at Deny, who is attacking him, Mo Qingyun's expression gradually turns cold and his right hand slowly clenches. While Mo Qingyun's right hand is clenched, a flaming sword rapidly takes shape in his right hand. After condensing the heaven-splitting divine flame sword, Mo Qingyun's body moves, and he also rushes at Deny. After flashing several times, Mo Qingyun arrives in front of Deny and slashes at him with his sword. Seeing Mo Qingyun's attack, the surrounding people are all startled. They are frightened by Mo Qingyun's speed. This brat is so fast. Even Deny seems to be a bit weaker than him. I'm also at the galaxy stage. Why is the gap between me and him so big? Is this guy really at the galaxy stage? No wonder he dares to challenge Deny. He does have some real skills. Seeing Mo Qingyun's attack, everybody's perception of him immediately changes greatly. While everybody is still in shock, Mo Qingyun arrives in front of Deny and slashes at him with his sword. Mo Qingyun's sword slashes out an imposing sword light, which pounces at Deny like a flood dragon. What a powerful sword move. This brat's strength has become much stronger than before. Seeing the power of Mo Qingyun's sword, Deny's expression changes greatly at once. His face shows a look of panic. He knows that Mo Qingyun's strength will be greatly improved because of his breakthrough in cultivation. But he did not expect Mo Qingyun's strength to have improved so much. In a hurry, Deny does not dare to be careless in the slightest. He immediately moves to block the sword light. Cloud flipping, sea overturning fist. Deny clenches his fists tightly and waves them forward madly, sending out one imposing fist shadow after another. In just a short while, the number of fist shadows sent out by Deny has reached nearly 10,000. When nearly 10,000 fist shadows are sent out together, they turn into a wave of fist shadows which slaps at the flaming sword light. Bang, bang, bang. The flaming sword light slammed into the wave of fist shadows. Like a sharp blade cutting through balloons, it quickly blew them up. In only a few breaths of time, Deny's nearly 10,000 fist shadows have been violently dispersed by the flaming sword light. Nearly 10,000 fist silhouettes are dispersed, but the flaming sword light's offensive power is not reduced at all. It continues to bombard Deny. No, impossible. His strength can't be so strong. Seeing Mo Qingyun's strength, Dimeng's face turned crazy. He couldn't accept such an outcome. Even though he had broken through to the celestial domain grade, he was still as weak as an ant in front of Mo Qingyun. This kind of result was too big of a blow to him. While Dimeng was still in shock, he did not dare to hesitate and hurriedly blocked the approaching saber light. With Deny's help, a huge axe with an astonishing aura appears in his hand. This axe's grade was very high. It had reached the cosmic realm state. Unfortunately, because the huge axe's grade is too high, Deny cannot completely refine it. Therefore, even though Deny activates the huge axe, he cannot bring out its full power. Divine Axe splits the four seas. Deny took out the huge axe and wielded it with great difficulty, slashing at the approaching sword light. As Deny waved the huge axe, it immediately emitted a dark blue glow and condensed into a water-rippling axe shadow. Pung! As soon as the water-rippling axe shadow formed, the flaming sword light collided with it, erupting with a terrifying power. The water-rippling axe shadow dissipated very quickly under the impact of the flaming sword light and turned back into a wave of sacred power. After dispersing the water-rippling axe shadow, the flaming sword light collided with the huge axe before slowly stopping. Although the flaming sword light was blocked, Deny still suffered serious injuries from the impact of the flaming sword light. PFFF. Although Deny tried his best to suppress it, he still spat out a mouthful of blood, and the blood in his body churned violently. Mo Qingyun looked disappointed when he saw Deny's performance. He shook his head and said, "I heard that you were undefeated against Guoshang. However, the gap between your current performance and hers is too big. You Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Dinai's face darkened and he became furious. According to Mo Qingyun, he was no match for Guoshang at all. This was a bit too much. Previously, when he fought against Guoshang in the Grand Sea Secret Palace, he did not show any sign of weakness. If the Cloud Phoenix Rock Sparrow clan did not have so many people, it would have been difficult to determine the outcome of the battle between him and Guoshang. You haven't fought against Guoshang. How would you know how strong she is? Dinai snorted coldly. He forcibly suppressed his anger and refuted Mo Qingyun. Hearing Dinai's words, Mo Qingyun immediately grins and says, "What a coincidence. Not long ago, in a Mighty Ocean secret mansion, I just happened to have a fight with her. Even though she hasn't completely refined the Ocean Wheel void-piercing mirror, she is much stronger than you." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Dinai was shocked. He knew that Mo Qingyun was not lying. It seemed that he had really fought against Guoshang and seemed to have defeated her. Seeing that Dinai's face was cloudy and he was silent, Mo Qingyun said impatiently, "When I fought against you just now, I didn't use any magic. Now, I'm going to use my magic. I hope you can take this sword attack of mine." After saying that, Mo Qingyun did not wait for Dinai's reply, and he took the initiative to attack. Blue Ox Heaven-Breaking Strike. Mo Qingyun jumped up and arrived in the air above Dinai very quickly. He then slashed down at Dinai in an overbearing manner. Under Mo Qingyun's wave, the heaven-breaking divine flame sword immediately radiated dark green light. Several cyan sword rays flew out from it. When the blue sword light shoots out, it rushes at Dinai like a raging bull. So strong. Seeing the power of Mo Qingyun's sword attack, Dinai's face immediately turned pale. His fighting spirit vanished in the blink of an eye. Given his current power, he basically had no chance of resisting Mo Qingyun's sword attack. Mo, junior brother Mo, let's talk nicely. I was wrong. Knowing the gap between him and Mo Qingyun, Dinai did not dare to be arrogant anymore. He immediately begged Mo Qingyun for mercy. Unfortunately, Mo Qingyun chose to ignore his plea for peace. Without waiting for Dinai to finish speaking, the blue ox sword ray had already approached him and slashed at him with great momentum. Faced with this situation, Dinai no longer had any extravagant hope that Mo Qingyun would show him mercy. Hastily, Dinai brandished his huge axe again, slashing at the approaching blue ox sword ray. Bang! Under Dinai's resistance, a blue ox sword ray collided with the huge axe. The light on the giant axe immediately dimmed when it was hit by the green bull sword ray. At the same time, a violent force passed through the huge axe and entered Dinai's body. Under the impact of this force, Dinai's face became even paler. The qi and blood in his body surged even more violently. Without waiting for Dinai to calm down, the second blue ox sword ray arrived. Under the impact of the second blue ox sword ray, Dinai's hand became unsteady. He could not even hold the huge axe. When Dinai loosened his grip, the huge axe fell down, leaving him without his last resort. As soon as the huge axe left his hand, the third blue ox sword ray arrived in front of Dinai. Without the defense of the huge axe, the third blue ox sword ray directly hit Dinai's body. Puff! Under the direct attack of the blue ox sword ray, Dinai's expression immediately stiffened. He spurted out another mouthful of blood. At the same time, his body was sent flying like a kite with a broken string. When Dinai's body was sent flying, several blue ox sword rays behind him hit his body one after another. Dinai was already seriously injured. After being hit by several sword rays, he directly fainted. Right after that, Dinai fell to the ground miserably. He lay on the ground like a dead dog, not moving at all. Upon seeing Dinai's miserable state, the surrounding people were stunned. They were unable to come to their senses for a long time. Mo Qingyun is too strong. He's so strong that it doesn't make any sense. I didn't expect that Dinai, who has a celestial domain grade cultivation, would not be able to take one move from Mo Qingyun. This outcome is really unexpected. It's completely different from what I expected. We must not offend Mo Qingyun during the upcoming trial. He is even more dangerous than the people from 4-star powers. After seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, everyone's reverence for Mo Qingyun reached an unprecedented level. Mo Qingyun did not care about the reaction of the surrounding people. Instead, he slowly walked over to Deny. As Mo Qingyun walked over to Deny, he raised his hand and took away Deny's huge axe. Deny, let's put an end to the conflict between us today. As soon as Mo Qingyun said that, he struck out with his palm and destroyed Deny's consciousness. After killing Deny, Mo Qingyun glanced at the others and said coldly, "Besides the people from the Sky Bull Mountain sect, everyone else can leave. Otherwise, don't blame me for being heartless and making you accompany Deny." Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's command, the surrounding people looked at each other and hesitated whether they should leave or not. After hesitating for a while, some people started to take the lead and leave. They did not dare stay and annoy Mo Qingyun. When they saw someone take the lead and leave, some people who were still hesitating also followed suit. After a short while, the people gathered in the basin were all gone in the blink of an eye. Upon seeing that everyone had left, the people from the Sky Bull Mountain sect looked at Mo Qingyun in admiration. Just one sentence had been enough to scare everyone away. This method was really impressive. "You can bury Deny." Seeing that the people from the other forces had left, Mo Qingyun instructed the people from the Sky Bull Mountain sect and summoned Rinjun to break the formation. After being summoned, Rinjun walked towards the ancient palace and tried to break the formation outside the palace. Level 5 Sacred Formation. Looking at the formation outside the palace, Rinjun's eyelids twitched and his expression became serious. With his current attainments and formations, it was impossible for him to be careless when trying to break a level 5 sacred formation. Seeing Rinjun break the formation, Mo Qingyun had a thought and took out the fire crystal. He thought to himself, "Since the fire crystal in my hand is the key to the secret mansion, it must be useful." At this moment, while Mo Qingyun was pondering, a group of people rushed over. Chapter 25:49. People from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect. Mo Qingyun narrowed his eyes as he looked at the approaching crowd. He seemed to be deep in thought. He realized that there was another group of people beside the people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect. This group of people was obviously stronger than the people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect. They weren't any weaker than the Cloud Phoenix Sparrow tribe. If I'm not mistaken, these people should be from a 3-star power. The Wind Cloud Sky Sect has found a good backer. Mo Qingyun started thinking about how to deal with the people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect after deducing their origins. There was a deep enmity between him and the people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect, so things definitely wouldn't end peacefully. What surprised Mo Qingyun was that the people who had left earlier had returned. It seemed like they had seen the people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect and wanted to take advantage of the situation. Not long after, the basin that had just become empty was once again filled with people. The people from the Wind Cloud Sky Sect are here. Feng Wushang has broken through to the Celestial Domain grade. This is going to be troublesome. Feng Wushang isn't the only one who has broken through. Feng Jing's cultivation base has also broken through to the Celestial Domain grade. Also, the auras of the people beside them are very strong. Can Junior Apprentice, Brother Mo handle so many strong people? The people from the Heavenly Bull Mountain sect panicked when they saw the people from the Wind Cloud Sky sect. Although Mo Qingyun was very strong, they didn't have much confidence in Mo Qingyun against the people from the Wind Cloud Sky sect. While the people from the Heavenly Bull Mountain sect were panicking, the people from the Wind Cloud Sky sect approached and sized up Mo Qingyun and the others. Mo Qingyun, I bet you didn't expect that we would meet here, right? Looking at Mo Qingyun, Feng Wushang sneered and called out to Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun ignored Feng Wushang's words. Instead, he looked at the man beside Feng Qingxue. This person's physical body is very strong. It seems to be even stronger than my dragon origin tyrant body. Because Mo Qingyun's body was strong, he had an instinctive perception of a strong body. Based on his senses, he discovered that there was a powerful restrictive force in that person's body. Where he stood, the air around him flowed more slowly than in other places. This is one of the 108 sacred bodies of mountains and rivers, the sacred body of confinement. Just as Mo Qingyun's curiosity was piqued, Luo Jian, who was beside him, exclaimed in surprise. Hearing Luo Jian's words, Mo Qingyun asked curiously, Luo Jian, you know about his physique? Then tell me what's so special about his physique. Yes. Luo Jian nodded and said thoughtfully, under normal circumstances, when one's cultivation breaks through to the saint realm, his physique will be greatly improved. During this process, some people will awaken a powerful saint body and obtain some powerful means. For example, this person's sacred body of confinement. The sacred bodies, sacred bodies, sacred bodies, sacred bodies, sacred body, sacred bodies, sacred body, 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 sacred body. So that's how it is. After hearing Luo Jian's explanation, Mo Qingyun frowned slightly and raised his guard against this person. Guoshang, whom he had met before, was already very talented. Now, it seemed that she was not as good as this person. If that was the case, this person's strength was probably stronger than Guoshang's. With Mo Qingyun's current strength, he was not afraid of this person. However, it was always good to be careful. Mo Qingyun, are you deaf? Didn't you hear me talking to you? Seeing that Mo Qingyun was silent and ignored him, Feng Wushang was immediately displeased. Hearing Feng Wushang's words, Mo Qingyun turned his head and looked at him with a trace of disdain. He said, he's just a loser. What's there to care about? You. After Mo Qingyun's retort, Feng Wushang immediately became angry. His face turned green with anger. Mo Qingyun's retort really made him lose face. Mo Qingyun, I want to fight with you now. Do you dare to accept? Feng Wushang was so angry that he immediately challenged Mo Qingyun. It seemed that he wanted to use this to wash away his shame. Seeing Feng Wushang's actions, Mo Qingyun narrowed his eyes slightly and showed some disdain on his face. He said, another guy. His strength increased a little, and he started to overestimate himself. Cut the crap. I'm asking you, do you dare to accept? Hearing Mo Qingyun's mocking words, Feng Wushang's face turned green. He asked Mo Qingyun again. Fine. Since you want to be tortured, I'll fulfill your wish. Mo Qingyun did not refuse Feng Wushang's repeated challenges. He accepted his challenge and said, just now, Denai was just like you. He was anxious to fight with me to wash away his shame. I hope you are stronger than him. Don't let our battle end before I warm up. You are too arrogant. Feng Wushang shouted angrily. He took the lead, and a silver staff appeared in his hand. When the silver staff fell into Feng Wushang's hand, it created a frost storm that swept wildly in all directions. Under the impact of this frost storm, the surrounding people were immediately shocked and hurriedly retreated. This superpower seems to be the inheritance of the Blizzard Ape God Temple in the Third Territory. I can't believe that the inheritance of the Blizzard Ape God Temple was obtained by this person. Mo Qingyun's luck is really bad. All his enemies have obtained powerful inheritances. I wonder if Mo Qingyun can withstand this person's challenge. Seeing Feng Wushang's performance, the surrounding people were shocked and tensed up. Under everyone's gaze, Feng Wushang jumped up and swung his staff at Mo Qingyun. As Feng Wushang attacked, the saint power surrounding his body turned into a huge white snow ape shadow. At this moment, Feng Wushang gave people the feeling that he was a powerful ancient divine ape. Under Feng Wushang's swing, a white snow staff shadow immediately appeared and smashed toward Mo Qingyun with the force of breaking the sky. Seeing such a scene, the surrounding people were immediately stupefied, and their expressions immediately changed. The power of Wushang's staff is even stronger than before. It's comparable to the attack of a mid-stage star sector level master. Looking at the power of Feng Wuxiang's staff, the man next to Feng Qingxue had a look of admiration on his face. He said, "That kid is only at the early stage Star River level. No matter how monstrous his talent is, he can't take one of Wuxiang's attacks. Senior brother Wuxiang, we are just testing him. We need you to finish him off." Hearing the man next to her, Feng Qingxue's face was gentle as she flattered him. Hearing Feng Qingxue's words, Qinya proudly raised his head. He enjoyed Feng Qingxue's flattery. Looking at Feng Wuxiang, who was attacking him, Mo Qingyun slowly clenched his right hand and condensed a flaming long sword in his hand. Blue Bull Sky Breaking Slash. After the divine flame sky breaking sword was condensed, Mo Qingyun waved his arm and counterattacked Feng Wuxiang. As Mo Qingyun swung his sword, a violent surge of saint power poured out from the divine flame sky breaking sword. Then, the flaming saint power turned into streaks of blue bull sword light and blasted toward the approaching blizzard staff shadow. Bang, bang, bang. The blue bull sword light hit the blizzard staff shadow and immediately made a series of loud noises. Soon, the staff shadow was shattered. The first few blue bull sword lights shattered Feng Wuxiang's staff shadow, and the next few blue bull sword lights directly blasted toward Feng Wuxiang. How? How can this be? How can he be so strong? Seeing the power of Mo Qingyun's sword, Feng Wuxiang was immediately shocked and panicked. Originally, he thought that after his cultivation had broken through this time and he had obtained a powerful inheritance, dealing with Mo Qingyun should not be a problem. Who would have thought that in front of Mo Qingyun, he was still so weak that he could not fight back? This kind of psychological gap was really too big. Bang, bang, bang. Just as Feng Wuxiang was panicking, the blue bull sword light blasted him and sent him flying. In an instant, Feng Wuxiang took 3 blue bull sword lights in a row before he fell heavily to the ground. After Feng Wuxiang fell to the ground, he spat out blood and his face was as pale as paper. Seeing Feng Wuxiang's miserable state, the people of the Wind Cloud Sky sect hurried forward to check on his injuries. After a while, the faces of the people of the Wind Cloud Sky sect all turned ugly. After being hit by Mo Qingyun's sword, Feng Wuxiang would not be able to get out of bed for a few years. Seeing the power of Mo Qingyun's sword, the people around were all stunned and could not recover for a long time. They did not expect that the powerful Feng Wuxiang would not be able to withstand one of Mo Qingyun's attacks. This kid's strength is simply shocking. Who would have thought that even the person who inherited the snow, wind, divine ape would not be able to withstand one of his attacks? From the looks of it, the outcome of the battle between the two sides seems to be a little blurred. When they saw Mo Qingyun's shocking performance, everyone's expressions became tense as curiosity arose in their hearts. Just who would emerge victorious in this fierce battle between a dragon and a tiger? Seeing that Feng Wuxiang was seriously injured, Feng Qingxue looked nervous and turned to the man beside her. Her meaning was obvious. She wanted the man to stand up for her. Feeling Feng Qingxue's gaze, Qinya responded with a look and comforted her. "Don't worry. I'm here. I will get justice for you." Okay. Under Qinya's comfort, Feng Qingxue nodded obediently, her expression full of gratitude. Then, under Feng Qingxue's gaze, Qinya slowly walked towards Mo Qingyun. When he was not far from Mo Qingyun, Qinya stopped and looked at Mo Qingyun seriously. After glancing at Mo Qingyun, Qinya put his hands behind his back and said in a condescending manner, "Kid, your strength is not bad. Even some of the geniuses from two-star forces are weaker than you, but you shouldn't have hurt Feng Wuxiang." "So what if I hurt Feng Wuxiang? Even if you were here, I would still beat you up." Chapter 2550. Upon seeing Mo Qingyun's attitude, everyone was impressed. He was simply too domineering. At this moment, the feeling that Mo Qingyun gave them was as if he could hold back 10,000 men all by himself. "I admire your courage. You actually have the guts to challenge me. However, courage alone isn't enough." Qinya wasn't affected by Mo Qingyun's challenge at all. It was as if he didn't take it seriously. Or rather, Qinya simply didn't treat Mo Qingyun as his opponent. Qinya muttered to himself. His expression gradually turned cold as he said, "It's been a long time since I last fought. Now, I'll play with you. It'll also be good for you to stretch your muscles. I hope you aren't too weak." As soon as Qinya finished speaking, his body moved, and he took the initiative to charge at Mo Qingyun. When Qinya made his move, an early-stage celestial domain aura erupted from his body. They were both early-stage celestial domain-grade cultivators, but the feeling that Qinya gave off was completely different from Feng Wuxiang's. Flash lightning eagle. A surge of violent thunderbolt saint energy erupted from Qinya's body like a spiderweb. In just a short moment, the violent thunderbolt saint energy enveloped Mo Qingyun. Zzz. As the thunderbolt saint energy enveloped Mo Qingyun, the sound of lightning flashing echoed in Mo Qingyun's ears. Every time the thunderbolt saint energy made a sound, it would transform into a thunderbolt eagle that charged at Mo Qingyun. Dragon's source tyrant body. Faced with the bombardment of the thunderbolt saint energy, Mo Qingyun didn't wait helplessly. He immediately activated his body constitution. Subsequently, a lightning domain with an astonishing aura formed outside Mo Qingyun's body. Bang, bang, bang. After the two thunderbolts intersected, they bombarded each other violently, creating a series of clashing sounds. Under the bombardment of the thunderbolt domain, the strength of the Thunderbolt Eagle's attack was immediately weakened to the extreme. This is interesting. Seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, Qinya's expression changed. Astonishment appeared on his face as he said, "I never would have thought that your physique would be comparable to the Mountain River Saint physique." Qinya shook his head and said, "Unfortunately, it is still lacking a little and is not the true Mountain River Saint body. Otherwise, I might have to put in a lot of effort to take care of you." After Qinya finished speaking, his expression turned cold, and the aura around him turned sharp. By the looks of it, he was serious and prepared to fight Mo Qingyun with all his might. At that moment, when Qinya was preparing to unleash his full power, a young man riding on a flaming sword arrived. There was a fiery crystal in the young man's hand. He seemed to be using the crystal to determine his location. "It's here." Glancing at the ancient palace below, the young man controlled the flying sword to descend slowly with a thought. Not long after, the young man came to the center of the crowd and glanced at the crowd. He smiled faintly and said, "It's so lively here. There seems to be a good show to watch. Looks like I've come at the right time." Flaming Ghost Sword Sun, Yin Xin. Looking at the young man riding on the fiery sword, Qinya's expression changed, and he immediately raised his guard. Clearly, the young man named Yin Xion's strength made him wary. "Oh, you know me?" Hearing Qinya's words, Yin Xion's expression changed slightly, and he couldn't help but take a few more glances at Qinya. Yin Xion looked at Qinya and then looked at Mo Qingyun. He smiled and said, "The two of you don't have to pay attention to me. Don't worry and continue to fight. I promise I won't interfere." Mo Qingyun and Qinya didn't reply to Yin Xion's words. They just looked at him calmly. When he saw the fiery crystal in Yin Xion's hand, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He said in surprise, "I didn't expect the other fiery crystal to be in this person's hand. It seems that if we want to enter the East Jin Dynasty's secret palace, we will need his help." Seeing Mo Qingyun's reaction, Yin Xion immediately understood and looked at the crystal in his hand. Then, Yin Xion revealed a curious expression and asked Mo Qingyun tentatively, "Sir, you've been looking at the key in my hand. Could it be that the other key is with you?" Seeing that Yin Xion had guessed it, Mo Qingyun didn't hide it anymore and took out the fiery crystal. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, since he had to take it out to open the secret palace, there was no point in him hiding it. As for snatching the fiery crystal from Yin Xion, Mo Qingyun didn't even think about it. The feeling he got from Yin Xion was that he was extremely difficult to deal with. He wasn't someone Qinya could compare to. "It's really in your hand. This is great." Seeing the fiery crystal in Mo Qingyun's hand, Yin Xion revealed a bright smile. He turned to look at Qinya and said, "Sir, since you recognize me, can you give me some face and let's call it a day? Hearing Yin Xian's words, Qinya frowned and revealed a hesitant expression. He had just promised that he would stand up for Feng Qingxue and teach Mo Qingyan a lesson. Now the Yin Xian had interfered. It put him in a difficult position. If he accepted Yin Xian's request, he would break his promise to Feng Qingxue and become an untrustworthy person. However, if he rejected Yin Xian's request, he would have to bear the consequences. Looking at the hesitant Qinya, Feng Qingxue's pretty face tensed up. She hurriedly said, "Brother Qinya, senior brother Feng Wushang has seriously injured Mo Qingyan. We can't let Mo Qingyan go. I won't let this matter go, but we're not in a hurry to deal with Mo Qingyan." Hearing Feng Qingxue's words, Qinya's expression became heavy and he comforted her. After some consideration and hesitation, he finally made a decision. He chose to break his promise to Feng Qingxue. He had no choice. The price of offending Yin Xian was too great. It was not something he was willing to accept. Hearing Qinya's words, Feng Qingxue wanted to say something but stopped. In the end, she swallowed her words. After comforting Feng Qingxue, Qinya turned to look at Yin Xian. He smiled apologetically and said, "Since Lord Yin Xian has spoken, Qinya will not dare to disobey. I will do as you say." "Thank you. I owe you a favor." Hearing Qinya's answer, Yin Xian nodded in satisfaction and clasped his hands together. Hearing this, Qinya's expression immediately brightened. He quickly waved his hand and said, I wouldn't dare." When Qinya said this, he was a little emotional. He could not hide the joy on his face. In his opinion, by temporarily letting Mo Qingyan go, he gained a favor from Yin Xian. He had profited greatly from this deal. On one hand, he could offend Yin Xian and suffer Yin Xian's revenge in the future. On the other hand, Yin Xian would owe him a favor. The gap between the two could not be said to be small. After resolving the conflict between Mo Qingyan and Yin Xian looked at Mo Qingyan. He pointed at the ancient palace in front of them and said, "Mr. Mo, since the conflict between you two has been temporarily put aside, shall we break the array and enter the palace?" Okay. Mo Qingyan immediately agreed to Yin Xian's suggestion. He walked toward the palace in front of them. When Mo Qingyan walked toward the palace, he also hinted to Rin Jun and said, "Rin Jun, continue breaking the array." Yes. At Mo Qingyan's command, Rin Jun immediately walked toward the palace and continued to study the array outside the palace. Looking at Rin Jun, who went to break the array, and then looking at Mo Qingyan beside him, Yin Xian's interest was piqued. He thought to himself, an early-stage galaxy cultivator can actually command a 4-star sacred array master. Looks like this young man is not simple. With this thought in mind, Yin Xian's opinion of Mo Qingyan improved. His attitude toward Mo Qingyan also improved. Seeing Yin Xian and Mo Qingyan talking and laughing, the faces of Qinya and the others, who were standing behind them, darkened. In their eyes, their statuses were much more honorable than Mo Qingyan's. In the end, Yin Xian ignored them and talked and laughed with Mo Qingyan in front of them. This huge difference made them very unhappy. It was as disgusting as if they had swallowed a fly. "Brother Qinya, what do we do now? Do we just watch like this?" Feng Qingxue, who was standing beside Qinya, saw Mo Qingyan and Yin Xian talking so happily and showed a worried expression. She said, "What if Mo Qingyan stays with Yin Xian in the future? Won't we have no chance to do anything?" In response to Feng Qingxue's worry, Qinya showed a gentle expression and said, "Sister Qingxue, you don't have to worry about this. Yin Xian is a 4-star force and the top genius of the Great Void's realm-burning valley. How could she stay with that kid? If I'm not wrong, after leaving the Eastern Gene Divine Mountain, Yin Xian will be separated from Mo Qingyan." "That's good." Hearing Qinya's explanation, Feng Qingxue's expression improved. In her opinion, as long as Yin Xian did not interfere, Qinya would definitely be able to deal with Mo Qingyan. In the following time, Everyone waited outside the palace, waiting for Rin Jun to break the array. Several hours later, with Rin Jun's efforts, the chaotic array outside the palace was broken, revealing the original appearance of the palace. Then, an ancient giant stone door appeared in front of Mo Qingyun and the others. On the stone door, there was a pattern of 2 balls of flames, and there were 2 grooves in the pattern. The grooves were just the right size to put a flame crystal stone. It seemed that the flame crystal stone in Mo Qingyun's hand was placed here to open the stone door. Seeing the stone door in front of them, Mo Qingyun and Yin Xin exchanged a look and put the flame crystal stone in. Boom! As the flame crystal stone was put in, the stone door immediately shook violently, and a loud sound was heard. Hearing the loud sound, Mo Qingyun's expression tensed up, and he stared at the stone door in front of him. Then, the flame crystal stone door slowly opened, revealing the interior of the secret palace. Seeing the stone door slowly open, Yin Xin showed an expectant expression. He smiled at Mo Qingyun and said, "Brother Mo, I'm sorry to compete with you for the treasure in the secret palace. Young Master Yin Xin, you don't have to take it to heart." Hearing Yin Xion's words, Mo Qingyun quickly waved his hand, and his impression of Yin Xion improved. Chapter 25:51. Let's enter the secret palace. Mo Qingyun and Yin Xion conversed for a bit before they flew into the palace and started searching for treasures based on their own abilities. Before Yin Xion and Mo Qingyun parted ways in the East Jin Dynasty's secret residence, Yin Xion said, "Let's see who's luckier than the other." "All right," Mo Qingyun nodded. Then, he flew to the east of the East Jin Dynasty's secret mansion without looking back. Looking at Mo Qingyun's back, Yin Xion smiled faintly. A sliver of anticipation appeared in her eyes. She said, "I didn't expect to meet someone like him in the 9 Bulls legacy. I'll have another strong opponent in the Great War of Time in the future. I hope he can give me some fun." Yin Xion muttered to himself. He did not stop and flew towards the west of the East Jin Dynasty's secret residence. Qinya and the others, who were standing outside the secret palace, had grave expressions on their faces when they saw Mo Qingyun and Yin Xion enter the secret palace. "Big brother Qinya, what should we do now? Should we continue to wait for that kid outside?" A purple-haired young man beside Qinya had an envious expression on his face as he asked Qinya for his opinion. He was also looking forward to the treasures in the East Jin Dynasty's secret palace and wanted to get a share of the loot. Qinya hesitated for a moment before replying, "No, let's go in and take a look too. We might be able to reap some benefits." "All right." Understanding Qinya's thoughts, everyone's expressions turned joyful. Their moods became excited. They had all heard rumors about the East Jin Dynasty's secret palace. The owner of the secret palace was an invincible existence below the universe grade. He was a famous powerhouse. Even though the secret palace he cultivated and had been destroyed by his self-destruction, the treasures that remained were still immeasurable. "Let's go in." After explaining his thoughts to everyone, Qinya didn't want to waste any time and immediately flew into the secret mansion. Seeing Qinya's action, the others quickly followed and entered the secret palace. After entering the secret palace, Feng Qingxue asked Qinya nervously, "Big brother Qinya, what should we do if we meet Mo Qingyun in the secret palace?" "Qingxue, that's a very good question." Qinya grinned and praised Feng Qingxue. Then, his expression turned cold. Now that the secret palace has been opened, Mo Qingyun has lost his value, and he has become a competitor with Yin Xion. Yin Xion will no longer protect him, so we have nothing to worry about. Feng Qingxue was delighted when she heard Qinya's words. She understood what he meant. Immediately after, some frost appeared on her incomparably exquisite face as she coldly said, "Mo Qingyun, you've injured my fellow sect members time and time again. This time, you will definitely die without a burial ground." After Qinya and the others chatted for a while, they continued to search the Eastern Jin Dynasty's secret palace. Seeing Qinya and the others enter, the crowd outside the secret palace revealed greedy and excited expressions. Now that Yin Xin is here, Mo Qingyun no longer has the final say. Shall we go in and have a look? I think it's feasible. Mo Qingyun's mind is not on us. If Mo Qingyun dares to attack us, we will just join Qinya and the others. The people outside the secret palace chatted with each other for a while before they entered the secret palace. After a while, the people outside the secret mansion also entered the secret mansion. Mo Qingyun was completely oblivious to the actions of the people behind him. He was wholeheartedly searching for treasures. Due to the self-destruction of the Eastern Jin dynasty's fire ancestor, many of the arrays in the secret palace were shattered. Because of this, many of the arrays were unstable and attacked from time to time. Along the way, Mo Qingyun was attacked several times in succession, causing him to be flustered for a while. Fortunately, his body was strong enough, and he had Rin Jun's help. Otherwise, these broken and incomplete formations would be enough to give him a headache. This secret palace is a little strange. It's obviously different from the Grand Ocean Secret Palace. After flying in the secret palace for a while, Mo Qingyun immediately noticed the difference between this secret palace and the Grand Ocean Secret Palace. The Grand Ocean Secret Palace was very complete, and the space inside was very stable. However, the secret palace of the Eastern Jin dynasty was the exact opposite. Mo Qingyun vaguely felt that he was shuttling between two spaces and was affected by the power of two different spaces. Master, due to the self-destruction of the Eastern Jin dynasty's fire ancestor, this space has been shattered. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's confusion, Luo Jian explained to him. After thinking for a while, he added, not only that, but because this space has been penetrated, it has also connected to other spaces. We have to be careful. Mo Qingyun's expression tensed up at Luo Jian's reminder. He was on guard against unknown dangers in the dark. Next, Mo Qingyun and the others went straight and unhurriedly searched the surroundings. The power of the flames is getting stronger. It seems like we are close to the source of the self-destruction of the Eastern Jin dynasty's fire ancestor. Sensing the terrifying temperature, Mo Qingyun's expression tensed up and the anticipation in his heart grew stronger. Next, Mo Qingyun and the others immediately sped up. Roar! At this moment, an earth-shattering dragon's roar resounded in front of them. Upon hearing the dragon's roar, Mo Qingyun and the others' expressions changed. They were all shocked. Let's go take a look. Upon hearing the commotion in front of them, Mo Qingyun instructed the others and quickly flew forward. Upon seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Luo Jian and the others did not think much of it and followed behind Mo Qingyun. Not long after, a huge flaming dragon appeared in front of Mo Qingyun and the others. At this moment, not far from the flaming dragon, there was a young man standing on a flaming longsword. Yin Xin. So he's the one dealing with the flaming dragon. He is one step ahead of me. Upon seeing Yin Xin, who was standing on a flaming longsword, Mo Qingyun's expression changed to one of shock. When Mo Qingyun discovered Yin Xin also discovered him. Yin Xin immediately turned to look at him and said, Brother Mo, this is the true dragon divine fire formed by 10,000 dragon souls. I cannot deal with it alone. How about we work together to kill it and then fight for it with our own abilities? All right. Upon hearing Yin Xin's suggestion, Mo Qingyun agreed without hesitation. Due to their previous agreement, Mo Qingyun was still hesitant about whether to take action. However, since Yin Xin had taken the initiative to speak, he had nothing to worry about and could compete openly. The rest of you stay at the side and don't enter. I will fight for the true dragon divine fire with Yin Xin alone. Yes. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Luo Jian and the others responded and stayed at the side to watch. After instructing Luo Jian and the others, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and flew to Yin Xin's side. This true dragon divine fire is very powerful. It is comparable to a quasi-universe level being. We must be careful. Yin Xin immediately reminded Mo Qingyun when he saw Mo Qingyun coming to his side. He began to discuss the battle strategy with Mo Qingyun. He said, Your level is limited, so it is not easy for you to fight the true Dragon Divine Fire head-on. Just assist me from the side and interfere with the true Dragon Divine Fire's attacks. All right. Mo Qingyun did not object to Yin Xian's arrangement at all. This was the best way. It seemed that Yin Xian was indeed a broad-minded person who was worth befriending. Attack. After discussing with Mo Qingyun for a while, Yin Xian took the lead and rushed out, forming a sword technique with both hands. Under Yin Xian's sword technique, flaming sword radiance rapidly condensed around him. After the flaming sword radiance was formed, it was like a flaming dragon that attacked the true Dragon Divine Fire. What a powerful attack! Mo Qingyun was stunned when he saw Yin Xian's attack. He couldn't hide the astonishment in his eyes. Yin Xian's attack was already so powerful without using any mystic abilities. What would happen if he used his mystic abilities? As he thought about this, Mo Qingyun's evaluation of Yin Xian immediately improved. It was no wonder that Qin had been so respectful when he had met Yin Xian previously. Yin Xian's strength was comparable to a half-step universe grade. Even if the East Jin Dynasty's fire ancestor had been alive, he would have had a 50-50 chance of winning against Yin Xian. Green Bull Sky Splitting Slash. Mo Qingyun did not hesitate when he saw Yin Xian make a move. He immediately went to help Yin Xian. Mo Qingyun clenched his right hand, and the divine fire Sky Splitting Slash quickly condensed, forming a Green Bull Sword Light. The Green Bull Sword Light slashed out with a force that could sweep away an army and collided with the true Dragon Divine Fire. A quasi-universe grade sword technique. He is indeed not simple. Yin Xian was stunned when he saw the might of Mo Qingyun's sword. His evaluation of Mo Qingyun improved a little as he smiled faintly. Very interesting. I hope that your next performance will surprise me. Yin Xian cursed silently. He no longer paid attention to Mo Qingyun and focused on attacking the true Dragon Divine Fire. As Yin Xian became serious, his attacks immediately became sharper, and he suppressed the true Dragon Divine Fire. While Mo Qingyun and Yin Xian were training and suppressing the true Dragon Divine Fire, a group of people rushed over. Mo Qingyun's eyes narrowed, and his expression turned grave when he saw these people arrive. When these people arrived, they saw Mo Qingyun and Yin Xian locked in a fierce battle with the true Dragon Divine Fire. Yin Xian is currently dealing with the true Dragon Divine Fire. He has no time to care about Mo Qingyun. This is a good opportunity for me to make my move. Seeing the scene before him, Qingyun thought for a moment and made a decision. He would use this opportunity to take care of Mo Qingyun. In Qingyun's opinion, even if Yin Xian wanted to protect Mo Qingyun would have already been killed by Qingyun by the time he was free. With that thought in mind, Qingyun's body moved, and he immediately charged toward Mo Qingyun. Qingyun, what are you trying to do? Seeing Qingyun's action, Yin Xian's expression immediately sunk, and she shouted angrily at Qingyun. Chapter 25:52. Yin Xian's order and reprimand made Qingyun very unhappy. A strong sense of anger rose within him. Although Yin Xian's background was powerful and his own strength was terrifying, he could not order him around all the time. Anger rose in his heart. Qingyun's face darkened as he said unhappily, "Young Master Yin Xian, I've already done you a favor outside the East Jin Dynasty's secret mansion. I hope you won't make things difficult for me again." When Qingyun replied to Yin Xian, he did not stop his footsteps. He continued to charge toward Mo Qingyun. Qingyun's figure flashed a few times before he reached Mo Qingyun's side. He attacked without hesitation. A strong aura exploded from Qingyun's body and instantly enveloped Mo Qingyun. Lightning shackle imprisonment. The violent thunderbolt Saint energy shone with a dazzling light as it enveloped Mo Qingyun. When the thunderbolt Saint energy exploded, it turned into thunderbolt shackles and bound Mo Qingyun tightly. After being bound by the thunderbolt shackles, Mo Qingyun's movement was greatly restricted. Not only that, but after being attacked by the Thunderbolt Saint Energy, Mo Qingyun's Saint Energy was also restricted. Kid died. After using his physique divine ability to bind Mo Qingyun, Qinya attacked without the slightest hesitation. As Qinya unleashed his attack, a burst of surging lightning formed in his hand. When the thunderbolt radiance formed, it turned into a stream of silver light and blasted toward Mo Qingyun's head. Previously, I didn't bother with you because of brother Yin Xian. You've grown your courage. Faced with Qinya's attack, Mo Qingyun's expression gradually turned cold as he spoke angrily. At the same time, Mo Qingyun also understood that in order to avoid future trouble, Qinya and the others could not be left alive. As Mo Qingyun spoke, he also called Luo Jian to his side to block Qinya's attack. With a thought from Mo Qingyun, the 10 soul stars on his glabella immediately blossomed with dazzling light. Luo Jian, who had been observing from the side, turned into a stream of light and returned to his soul palace. When Luo Jian returned to the soul palace, he didn't hesitate to take action and block Qinya's attack. Devour the Milky Way. As soon as Luo Jian attacked, he didn't hold back and released the aura of a late-stage star domain expert. Suddenly, a terrifying blood-red saint power burst out from his body. Roar! Blood-colored saint energy burst out and quickly turned into the shadow of a blood-colored bull as it roared at Qinya. Under the roar of the blood-colored ox shadow, a terrifying suction force erupted, directly devouring Qinya's divine ability. After devouring Qinya's divine ability, the blood-colored ox shadow's body was immediately bombarded with numerous pupils. Not long after, under the bombardment of the lightning bolts, the blood-colored ox shadow quickly dissipated. However, even with that being the case, Qinya's superpower was still neutralized by Luo Jian. Late-stage star domain powerhouse. Sensing the aura on Luo Jian's body, Qinya's expression immediately trembled as panic appeared in his eyes. Previously, his attention was always on Mo Qingyun, so he didn't pay much attention to Luo Jian. Moreover, when he was dealing with Mo Qingyun, Luo Jian didn't interfere at all. This made him even less concerned about Luo Jian and instinctively thought that Luo Jian wasn't worth mentioning. He really didn't expect Luo Jian to be a late-stage star domain powerhouse. This gave him quite a shock. Boy, you've hidden your strength well. After learning about Luo Jian's strength, Qinya's face turned gloomy and a strong sense of unease rose in him. He could already feel that he was going to be defeated this time. Break! When Luo Jian attacked, Mo Qingyun activated the power of creation and shattered the lightning chains. After shattering the lightning chains, Mo Qingyun looked at Yin Xian and asked, "Brother Yin Xian, can you still hold on? If you can, I'll take care of this problem first. I'll be fine for a while, but you'll have to move faster." Hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Yin Xian replied with a faint smile and continued to fight with the true dragon divine flame. After receiving Yin Xian's reply, Mo Qingyun looked at Qinya and coldly said, "Originally, if you guys had tactfully left, I wouldn't have bothered to bicker with you. However, you've provoked me again and again. You can't blame me for this." After Mo Qingyun said those words, he didn't want to waste any more words and decided to kill Qinya and the others. "Luo Jian, I'll leave the rest to you. Kill them all." After instructing Luo Jian, Mo Qingyun charged toward Qinya and immediately attacked him. Mo Qingyun's figure flickered, and a flaming longsword appeared in his hand. He frantically swung it at Qinya. With a wave of Mo Qingyun's hand, streaks of green bull sword light, surging with power, crazily bombarded Qinya. Facing the bombardment of the green bull sword light, Qinya was immediately flustered and panic appeared on his face. He didn't expect Mo Qingyun to be so powerful when he went all out. Under Mo Qingyun's frantic attacks, although Qinya was flustered, it wasn't as if he didn't have the strength to fight back. Although your performance has surprised me, it's still far from enough to kill me." After adapting to Mo Qingyun's attacks, Qinya revealed a complacent sneer and expressed his disdain for Imo Qingyun. Hearing Qinya's words, Imo Qingyun coldly snorted and said, "Don't be too happy. That was just a warm-up. I haven't even used my full strength yet." Gate of Death. After Imo Qingyun said those words, he flipped his left hand and a black ray of light appeared in his palm. After the black ray of light was formed, Imo Qingyun blasted it away and it turned into a black ray of light. After that, the Gate of Death rapidly expanded and enveloped Qinya in the blink of an eye. Boom, boom, boom. When the door of death landed, it exploded with a loud bang, causing the space to shake because of it. Seeing this, Yin Xian, who was fighting against the true dragon divine flame, couldn't help but tremble. He exclaimed, "What a domineering, supernatural power! Facing such a powerful attack, even I would have to pay a huge price." After discovering the power of the Gate of Death, Yin Xian's expression turned serious. He was now taking Imo Qingyun seriously. Before, in his eyes, Imo Qingyun was only someone who could become his opponent. Now, the feeling Imo Qingyun gave him was completely different. He was qualified to be his opponent. I didn't expect to meet such an opponent in this trip to the mystery realm of 9 Bulls. It seems like this trip was worth it. After a short moment of shock, Yin Xian's expression became excited. He revealed a meaningful smile and said, "I heard that Lang Yin also came to the mystery realm of 9 Bulls. If he meets Imo Qingyun, it will be very interesting." Yin Xian muttered to himself. Then, he withdrew his attention and focused on fighting against the true dragon divine flame. After Qinya was imprisoned by the Gate of Death, he let out a miserable cry as his vitality was being drained. In a short moment, he looked like he had aged by at least 20 years. Not only that, but the aura he exuded had also weakened by nearly 20%. My cultivation base has broken through to the galaxy grade. The power of the Gate of Death has increased significantly. Seeing the power of the Gate of Death, Imo Qingyun's face lit up with joy and excitement. If the Gate of Death had been this powerful back in the Bone Mountain, Luo Jian would have been killed. Qinya must have great luck to be able to awaken a sacred body. I can't just let go to waste. Seeing that Qinya's strength had been greatly reduced, Imo Qingyun's expression changed, and he immediately had a plan. Before killing Qinya, he could first plunder his luck. While Imo Qingyun was thinking, Qinya had paid a huge price to break through the imprisonment of the Gate of Death. "Brat, I'm going to skin you alive, pull out your tendons, and grind your bones to dust." After Qinya escaped from the Gate of Death, he turned into a streak of silver light and rushed toward Imo Qingyun. He had never imagined that a galaxy-grade cultivator would make him suffer such a great loss. He couldn't tolerate such a thing. Me too. Seeing Qinya rushing toward him, Imo Qingyun's lips curled into a cold smile, and a trace of mockery appeared in his eyes. Then, Imo Qingyun stabbed the divine flame sky splitter sword in his hand in front of him. The divine flame sky splitter sword was stabbed into the ground beside him, and a terrifying burst of saint energy erupted. Then, a violent ox shadow rushed out. After the ox shadow was formed, vines grew out and enveloped Imo Qingyun and Qinya. The green ox ghostwood incantation is a defensive ability. It's perfect for trapping people. After trapping Qinya, Imo Qingyun's gaze turned cold, and he took the initiative to counterattack. Gate of Providence. Under Imo Qingyun's attack, a dazzling golden light burst out from his body. Soon, a golden gate of light condensed and flew into Imo Qingyun's body. Eye of Providence. Imo Qingyun used his Eye of Providence to observe Qinya's providence and think of how to seize his providence. Imo Qingyun used his Eye of Providence, and the scene before him changed. Streaks of golden light appeared. At the same time, Imo Qingyun saw Qinya's providence. It was actually in the form of a wild wolf. I didn't expect Qinya's providence to condense into the form of a beast, as expected of a prodigy with a saint body. Seeing Qinya's providence, Imo Qingyun's expression changed and the smile on his face widened. He thought to himself, if that's the case, After I seize his providence, my providence should also be able to condense into the form of a beast. Claw providence. Seeing Qinya's providence, Mo Qingyun didn't waste any time talking nonsense with him and immediately seized his providence. Under Mo Qingyun's attack, a dazzling golden claw tore towards Qinya. Facing Mo Qingyun's attack, Qinya didn't dare to be careless and immediately defended against the claw of providence. However, what surprised Qinya was that his ability didn't affect the claw of providence at all. What ability is this? Seeing the strangeness of the claw of providence, Qinya's expression changed and panic rose in his heart. Chapter 2553. Mo Qingyun completely ignored Qinya's panicked expression. His attacks did not decrease in the slightest. After the claw of luck approached, it grabbed onto Qinya's luck and began to frantically tear it apart. Being torn apart by the claw of luck, Qinya's luck immediately began to struggle. It wanted to break free from the claw of luck's capture. What did you do to me?" Qinya immediately felt uneasy after being attacked by the claw of luck. In a panic, he questioned Mo Qingyun. Although he was unable to see what Mo Qingyun had done to him, he knew that it was very bad for him. Mo Qingyun did not answer Qinya's question. He was fully focused on controlling the claw of luck's attack. "Get over here." Mo Qingyun's expression turned cold. Immediately, his attacks on the claw of luck doubled. As the attacks of the claw of luck increased, the fox of luck on Qinya's body lost its ability to resist. Then, the fox of luck on Qinya's body was captured and brought before Mo Qingyun. Fate Refining Vortex. After capturing the fox of luck, Mo Qingyun immediately unleashed his divine ability to refine and devour it. As Mo Qingyun refined the fox of luck, the amount of luck on his body began to increase at a speed visible to the naked eye. Compared to Mo Qingyun's increase in luck, Qinya's expression darkened. A feeling of desolation appeared on his face. If one were to carefully observe him, one would discover that there was a gloomy expression between his brows. "Since your luck is gone, you might as well add some more bad luck." After snatching away Qinya's luck, Mo Qingyun grinned. A look of ridicule appeared in his eyes. Gate of bloody calamity. After Mo Qingyun said those words, he flipped his left hand. A bloody light rapidly condensed in his palm. In the blink of an eye, a small and exquisite gate of bloody light condensed in Mo Qingyun's palm. After condensing the gate of bloody calamity, Mo Qingyun waved his palm and sent the gate of bloody calamity flying. After the gate of bloody calamity was blasted out, it turned into a ray of bloody light and domineeringly entered Qinya's body. Pucci. Qinya's expression immediately changed when he was struck by the door of calamity. His blood and qi circulation was somewhat affected. Sensing his own situation, Qinya's expression immediately panicked. With a nervous expression, he said, "What kind of divine ability did you use? Why do I feel extremely uneasy even though it clearly cannot harm me?" As for this question, I will slowly tell you after you die. Faced with Qinya's question, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly. He did not give Qinya an answer. As the sound of Mo Qingyun's voice faded, his body moved as he rushed toward Qinya. When Mo Qingyun rushed toward Qinya, the flow of blood and qi in Qinya's body suddenly became chaotic. Not only that, but the sky above Qinya's head was also beginning to gather. Judging from the situation, it seems like he's about to undergo tribulation. Seeing Qinya's situation, Mo Qingyun furrowed his brows. He vaguely felt that something was amiss. Shortly after, Mo Qingyun stopped attacking and immediately pulled apart the distance between him and Qinya. He did not want to be implicated in Qinya's tribulation. When Mo Qingyun retreated, Qinya revealed a terrified expression and said in shock, How could this be? My body tribulation is clearly still a long time away. How could it arrive so quickly? So, it's the body tribulation. Hearing Qinya's panicked words, Mo Qingyun immediately had an answer to the confusion in his heart. Although the saint body was very powerful, it also had its own weakness. It was the body tribulation that he had to undergo. Since he needs to undergo the body tribulation, if I don't remove the green bull ghost with incantation, wouldn't I have to block the tribulation lightning for him? Mo Qingyun thought. He immediately removed the green bull ghost with incantation. He did not want to share the damage of the tribulation lightning for Qinya. Following the removal of the green bull ghost with incantation, the thunderstorm above Qinya immediately became even more intense. Qinya is about to undergo the body tribulation. This guy's luck is really bad. Seeing Qinya's situation, Yin Xian's expression changed slightly. A sense of sympathy rose in her heart for him. In the process of fighting, this guy's body tribulation actually arrived. He was really unlucky. It's you. This must be your doing. Seeing that his body tribulation was about to arrive, Qinya revealed a terrified expression. He looked at Mo Qingyun with a slightly crazed expression. Although he did not know why his body tribulation would arrive at this time, he knew that it definitely had something to do with Mo Qingyun. It's not important whether it has anything to do with me or not. What's important is that you go through the tribulation first. Mo Qingyun did not respond to Qinya's shocked expression. Instead, he watched with a faint smile on his face. Hearing Mo Qingyun's reply, although Qinya was furious, he did not dare to be distracted. He knew very well how strong the body tribulation of a sacred body was. He had been fortunate enough to witness it a few times. Furthermore, the strength of those people's sacred bodies was far inferior to his confining sacred body. Boom! Before Qinya's gaze, an enormous bolt of lightning struck down from the lightning clouds in the sky. The aura of this tribulation lightning was very strong. It was almost comparable to that of a quasi-universe grade powerhouse. Furthermore, it also had a confining power. It seems like this guy won't be able to survive his body tribulation. Upon seeing the might of Qinya's tribulation lightning, Mo Qingyun could already guess the outcome. Thus, he did not bother with Qinya anymore. Now that Qinya's luck had already been taken away by him, his life and death were no longer important. Even if this guy was lucky enough to survive, he would not be able to escape under Mo Qingyun's watch. Brother Yin Xian, let me help you. Ignoring Qinya, who was undergoing his tribulation, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and arrived beside Yin Xian. When Mo Qingyun arrived beside Yin Xian, he did not hesitate to help Yin Xian deal with the true dragon divine flame. With the addition of Mo Qingyun, the pressure on Yin Xian was greatly reduced, and he started to counterattack the true dragon divine flame. Roar! The true dragon divine flame gradually grew timid in the face of Mo Qingyun's and Yin Xian's attacks. It was preparing to leave the battlefield and escape. Upon seeing the true dragon divine flame's actions, Mo Qingyun immediately understood the true dragon divine flame's intentions. Green Ox Ghost Wood Incantation. In order to prevent the true dragon divine flame from escaping, Mo Qingyun stabbed the divine flame sky splitter sword in front of him. Then, a domineering ox shadow flew out of the divine flame sky splitter sword. At the same time, vines with fierce auras appeared around Mo Qingyun. Shortly after, a huge cage made of vines formed around Mo Qingyun, trapping the true dragon divine flame within. Upon seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Yin Xian's eyes lit up and he was pleasantly surprised. He said, "Brother Mo, your skills are still better. You managed to trap the true dragon divine flame. I won't be able to trap it for long. Let's hurry up and take it down." Mo Qingyun didn't take Yin Xian's praise to heart as he responded to Yin Xian. Chapter 2554. Green Bull Soaring Pole. After trapping the true dragon divine fire, Mo Qingyun did not stay idle and attacked it again. Following Mo Qingyun's attack, another wave of terrifying saint power burst out from the sky-splitting divine fire sword. In the blink of an eye, the saint power filled the Rot-Tan cage and turned it into an ancient forest. Tut tut tut, one by one, the sword radiance from the wooden dummies pierced out from the ground and attacked the true dragon divine fire. The wooden stake's sword light's sudden attack immediately caused the true dragon divine fire to be flustered, appearing to be in a sorry state. Well done, Brother Mo. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had thrown the true dragon divine fire into a fluster, Yin Xin was overjoyed. Immediately, Yin Xin formed a seal with both hands and controlled the giant flaming sword to slash at the true dragon divine fire. Under Yin Xion's control, the giant flaming sword's aura surged and the flames on it grew stronger. Bang! Under Yin Xion's control, the giant flaming sword slashed at the true dragon divine fire's neck and decapitated it. The true dragon divine fire's aura was greatly weakened after its head was decapitated. Seeing such a scene, Mo Qingyun and the other man were shocked. They immediately rushed toward the true dragon divine fire. Under Yin Xion's attack, the true dragon divine fire had lost its ability to fight and was now at their mercy. Next, it was time for the two of them to fight for the true dragon divine fire. Evil summoning demons, demon prison eye. Seeing that Yin Xion was fighting for the true dragon divine fire, Mo Qingyun's eyes shone with a dark light. Then, two rays of icy light shot out from his eyes. The light was extremely fast and arrived in front of Yin Xion in the blink of an eye and smashed into his consciousness. After being hit by the light, Yin Xion trembled and his consciousness sank into oblivion. Then, Yin Xion's body stopped moving as if he had been immobilized. While Yin Xion was unconscious, Mo Qingyun quickly flew toward the true dragon divine fire and tried to take it. Brother Mo, good technique. Unfortunately, your attack is too weak. When Mo Qingyun was about to succeed, Yin Xion regained consciousness and smiled brightly. If your eye power is just a little bit stronger, maybe you can succeed. Yin Xion swung his sword at Mo Qingyun as soon as he finished speaking, sending out a violent flaming sword light. Facing Yin Xion's sword, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to be careless. He immediately waved his divine flame heaven-piercing sword to block. Green Ox Heaven-cleaving sword, Dragon Source Tyrant Body, Nebulous Saint Cloth. While Mo Qingyun was fighting back, he used a few more techniques to increase his defense. As Mo Qingyun swung his sword, streaks of oppressive green bull sword light blasted out from the divine flame heaven splitter sword. Bang, bang, bang. The green ox sword aura blasted out and collided with the flaming sword aura, exhausting its offensive power. As the green ox sword aura was exhausted, the flaming sword aura's power was greatly weakened. Before long, the green ox sword aura dissipated under the impact of the flaming sword aura. After defeating the green ox sword aura, the flaming sword aura blasted into the lightning domain and broke it open. As the lightning domain was destroyed, the flaming sword aura blasted onto Mo Qingyun's body, causing his nebulous saint cloth to shake. Mo Qingyun was sent flying by Yin Xion's sword and pulled away from the true dragon divine fire. Not only that, but Yin Xion's sword radiance also caused his blood to boil. What a powerful sword! Yin Xion's strength is comparable to the nine-dragon sea-overturning formation. Mo Qingyun was startled when he saw the power of Yin Xion's sword. Shock appeared on his face. At this moment, he finally realized how powerful Yin Xion was. Fortunately, Yin Xion was an upright person and didn't bother to use underhanded means. If he was the same as Qinya, Mo Qingyun's current situation would be very bad. Cough, cough. While Mo Qingyun was slightly injured, Yin Xion was caught off guard and also suffered some injuries. He was shocked. The purple light around his body seems to be the legendary Nebulous Saint Cloth. I didn't expect him to have awakened the Nebulous Saint Cloth. This discovery shocked Yin Xion quite a bit. He now had a whole new level of respect for Mo Qingyun. Even with his cultivation talent, he wasn't qualified to awaken the Nebulous Saint Cloth. Brother Mo, you're bringing me more and more surprises. After Xiao Chun calmed the surging qi and blood in his body, he revealed a pleasantly surprised expression. A strong fighting spirit surged within him as he said, "In that case, I will exchange a few more moves with you. I hope you can bring me more surprises." All right. Mo Qingyun wasn't afraid of Yin Xian's challenge at all. He agreed without hesitation. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he took the initiative to charge at Yin Xian and slash down with his sword. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, it wasn't easy to find an opponent like Yin Xian. Now that he had met one, he couldn't let it go to waste. He had to use him to train his battle strength. Mo Qingyun arrived in front of Yin Xian and waved the divine flame heaven-piercing sword wildly, slashing at Yin Xian with sword radiance. One sword to break all laws. Facing Mo Qingyun's attack, Yin Xian didn't back down. He decisively met it with his sword. Under Yin Xian's sword, a violent sword radiance was slashed out, instantly dispersing Mo Qingyun's sword radiance. The difference between the two families was really huge. After dispersing Mo Qingyun's sword radiance, Yin Xian smiled brightly and said, "Brother Mo, although you have many tricks up your sleeves, you have a huge weakness in terms of real attacks." Mo Qingyun's expression changed when he heard Yin Xian's words. He didn't disagree with Yin Xian's words. Yin Xian was right. Due to the limitation of his cultivation, his attacks were indeed weaker. It was fine if he met an ordinary opponent, because this weakness wasn't obvious. However, he would be at a disadvantage if he met someone like Yin Xian. "You're right. I'm no match for you in terms of direct attacks." Mo Qingyun nodded in agreement with Yin Xian's point of view. He smiled indifferently and said, "But you also said that my attacks are strange and ever-changing. In that case, as long as you can't defeat me forcefully, I can slowly exhaust you to death." As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he flipped his left hand, and an eerie saint energy gathered in his palm. When this saint energy gathered, it turned into a small black light, giving people a very mysterious feeling. Death's Door. After the Death's Door was formed, Mo Qingyun waved his left hand and blasted it at Yin Xian. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Yin Xian's expression immediately changed. Fear appeared in his eyes as he said, "This is the superpower from before, the one that trapped Qinya." Chapter 2555. Although Yin Xian resisted with all his might, he was still trapped by the Death's Door and couldn't escape for a while. After locking Blazing Heart into the Door of Death, Mo Qingyun charged towards the True Dragon Divine Fire and collected it with a wave of his hand. After Mo Qingyun took the True Dragon Divine Fire, he waved his right hand and released Yin Xian from the Death's Door. Under the attack of the Death's Door, Yin Xian was in a sorry state and his face was full of depression. He didn't expect that he would suffer such a great loss in his fight with Mo Qingyun. Looking at the dejected Yin Xian, Mo Qingyun showed an apologetic expression and cupped his hands. "Brother Yin Xian, I'm sorry. I'll take the True Dragon Divine Fire. Brother Mo, don't take it to heart. I accept my loss wholeheartedly." Yin Xian smiled nonchalantly at Mo Qingyun's words. She didn't seem angry at all. Although he was a little depressed, he had to admit that he didn't complain about his loss this time. Seeing Yin Xian's performance, Mo Qingyun's evaluation of him immediately improved. "If that's the case, I'll take my leave first. We'll meet again when we have the chance." Seeing that Mo Qingyun had obtained the True Dragon Divine Fire, Yin Xian didn't want to stay any longer and bid farewell to Mo Qingyun. "All right." Mo Qingyun nodded in response. After bidding farewell to Mo Qingyun, Yin Xian turned and left, disappearing from Mo Qingyun's sight in the blink of an eye. After watching Yin Xian leave, Mo Qingyun retracted his gaze and turned to look at Luo Jian. Under Luo Jian's tyrannical attacks, some of the people from the Fengyun Sky sect have been killed. It's a pity that these people's luck was wasted just like that. Looking at the dead Feng Qingxue and the others, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but sigh with regret. However, Mo Qingyun didn't care too much. After all, he had obtained Qinya's luck. Compared to Qinya's luck, the luck of Feng Qingxue and the others could be said to be insignificant. Let's go somewhere else. After arriving at Luo Jian and the others, Mo Qingyun gave them some instructions and then flew to other places in the secret palace. Mo Qingyun wanted to see if there were any other opportunities in the East Jin Kingdom's secret palace. Unfortunately, many places in the East Jin Dynasty's secret palace had been destroyed due to the fire ancestors' self-destruction. Therefore, Mo Qingyun didn't find anything after searching for a while. Since we've searched the secret palace, let's go to the 9 Divine Mountain. Since Luo Jian, Yanxian's, and Luo Jian, Luo Jian's is Luo Jian is Luo Jian's Luo's Luo Jian's Luo flying Luo's Luo Jian's s Luo's divine Luo Mountain. Luo Esror. The true dragon divine fire was captured by Mo Qingyun. It struggled madly, trying to break free from Mo Qingyun's control. Mo Qingyun's face turned cold when he saw the true dragon divine fire's fierce resistance. He immediately released the fire of civilization. Under the refinement of the fire of civilization, the true dragon divine fire's resistance weakened significantly. After suppressing the true dragon divine fire, Mo Qingyun continued to refine the true dragon divine fire. As Mo Qingyun refined the true dragon divine fire, a terrifying flame energy entered his body. The moment this terrifying flame energy entered Mo Qingyun's body, it began to temper his body. Under the tempering of the true dragon divine fire, my body's quality has improved. It's slowly transforming into a saint physique. Sensing the changes in his body, Mo Qingyun's heart skipped a beat. A look of joy appeared on his face. He had thought that his body's strength had reached a limit. Who would have thought that refining the true dragon divine fire would improve his body so much? This was truly an unexpected gain. With such a discovery, Mo Qingyun immediately focused his mind and immersed himself in refining the pill. As he continued to refine the true dragon divine fire, Mo Qingyun's body strength became stronger and stronger. The saint aura of the physique that he emitted was also increasing. As Mo Qingyun cultivated, time passed by slowly. After an unknown period of time, a terrifying power erupted from Mo Qingyun's body. When this power appeared, it formed an image. It was an enormous scene of mountains and rivers. In the image of mountains and rivers, there was a huge flaming dragon that was madly stirring up the wind and summoning the wind and rain. What surprised Mo Qingyun the most was that there was a close connection between him and the dragon. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun's heart skipped a beat. With a look of ecstasy on his face, he said, "This is the manifestation of the sacred mountain and river body. My body has advanced to the sacred mountain and river body. I don't know which of the 108 sacred mountain and river bodies is my sacred mountain and river body." While Mo Qingyun was overjoyed, he was also curious. He thought to himself, "When I condense the power of providence, I will ask Luo Jian which sacred body belongs to. The gate of providence, the eye of providence." As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he did not hesitate and immediately used his superpower. Immediately, a golden light bloomed in Mo Qingyun's eyes, and the scene in front of him changed. The refining vortex. Seeing the power of providence in his body, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and immediately refined it. Under the refining of the refining vortex, the power of providence began to condense, and its form became a beast bit by bit. A few hours later, under Mo Qingyun's continuous refining, the power of providence in his body turned into the shape of a dragon. The power of providence had turned into the shape of a dragon, and the aura it exuded had obviously become more domineering. In addition, when he used the claw of providence, his attack power had also increased. The power of providence in the form of a beast is completely different. Seeing the changes in the power of providence, Mo Qingyun could not help but sigh in his heart. He was very happy about it. Now that the power of providence had become stronger, it would be much easier to seize the power of providence in the future. The power of providence has been condensed. It's time to leave the fortune mainland. After condensing the power of providence, Qingyun's figure flashed, and he left the fortune mainland. After returning to the Blood Cloud airship, Qingyun did not beat around the bush and directly asked Luo Jian, "Luo Jian, come and take a look at what kind of sacred body I have." As Qingyun spoke, he activated his sacred body, and a terrifying aura erupted. At the same time, a violent flame power and a powerful lightning power also erupted from his body. It's really a sacred body, and a high-grade one at that. Under the impact of the lightning and flame power, Luo Jian was immediately pushed back, and a shocked expression appeared on his face. "Master, if I'm not wrong, this should be the lightning fire dragon sacred body of the 108 mountains and river sacred bodies." Chapter 2556. That's strange. Under normal circumstances, a divine body cannot be formed. Upon seeing Qingyun's situation, Luo Jian was puzzled. He was curious about the formation of Qingyun's divine body. From what he knew, a divine body would usually appear when one broke through to the saint realm. Qingyun's divine body had been awakened when refining a unique treasure, which was very rare. Upon hearing Luo Jian's words, Qingyun frowned and immediately thought of a possibility. He thought to himself, "When I was refining the true dragon divine fire, I borrowed the power of the gate of creation. This should be the reason." After thinking about it, Qingyun felt relieved. The mysteries of the gate of creation were difficult to explain. After talking with Luo Jian for a while, Qingyun learned about the types of divine bodies. He did not ask any more questions. As for the reason for the formation of the divine body, he did not continue to talk about it, as it was difficult to explain. After knowing some information about the divine body, Qingyun tried to activate the divine body to check the superpower that it carried. Under Qingyun's activation, a terrifying thunderbolt and flame power burst out from his body. Then his body began to change, and he became a huge thunderbolt fire dragon. After Qingyun became a thunderbolt fire dragon, his control over the power of the thunderbolt fire dragon immediately became easier. Not only that, but he also found that the power of the thunderbolt fire dragon's damage to him was greatly reduced. It seems that my divine body superpower has strengthened my control over the power of the thunderbolt fire dragon. After some verification, Qingyun had a clear understanding of his physique superpower. After this discovery, Qingyun no longer hesitated. He controlled the flying boat with Luo Jian and hurried on with their journey. Then, Qingyun and the others hurried on. It was a smooth journey. Unknowingly, they had arrived at the second territory. When Qingyun arrived at the second territory, the scene in front of him shocked him. Two powerful forces were engaged in a frenzied battle. It was as if they were about to destroy the heavens and the earth. While Qingyun was shocked, Luo Jian's expression also changed. He could not help but sigh emotionally to think that after 1,000,000 years, the battle between the great Wisdom Bull Tribe and the Devil Witch Bull Tribe is still going on. Upon hearing Luo Jian's words, Qingyun roughly understood the relationship between the two groups. If he was not mistaken, the Great Wisdom Bull Tribe and the Five Demon Bull Tribe should be enemies. Let's take a detour to avoid being implicated. Seeing the fierce war between the two clans, Qingyun told Luo Jian that he did not want to be involved. As soon as Qingyun's words left his mouth, Luo Jian's expression turned ugly. He immediately tensed up and said, "Master, I'm afraid it's impossible for us to avoid the battle." As Luo Jian spoke, a battle circle between the two races approached Qingyun. What surprised Qingyun the most was that there were 5 familiar figures at the front of the battle circle. The 5 elders of Golden Light Mountain? Why are they here? Upon seeing the 5 familiar figures, Qingyun immediately recognized them. Intense shock appeared on his face. Mo Qingyun had never imagined that he would meet the five of them in such a place and on such an occasion. Luo Jian, I'll take you back to the Soul Palace to avoid being recognized by the five elders of Golden Light Mountain. Upon seeing the five elders of Golden Light Mountain approaching, Mo Qingyun instructed Luo Jian and sent him back to the Soul Palace. Not long after Luo Jian entered the Soul Palace, the five elders of Golden Light Mountain approached and discovered Mo Qingyun on the Blood Cloud airship. Big brother, look, who is that person on the airship? So it's that kid. I didn't expect to meet him here. I was wondering why I was so unlucky recently. It turns out that we met that kid again. Should we go over and say hello to that kid? What's there to say hello to? Aren't you afraid that his bad luck will kill you? Upon seeing Mo Qingyun, the five elders of Golden Light Mountain immediately revealed a depressed expression. Each of them felt an extreme headache. At this moment, in their hearts, they blamed their bad luck on Mo Qingyun. Let's go. Ignore that kid. Let's escape in another direction. Upon recognizing Mo Qingyun, the first elder immediately ordered the four of them to turn around and escape in another direction. Due to the five elders of Golden Light Mountain turning around, the battle circle behind them also turned around. This works too. Upon seeing such a scene, Mo Qingyun's expression froze. He was caught unprepared by this unforeseen event. He really did not expect that the five elders of Golden Light Mountain would turn around and leave directly after seeing him. If that's the case, it'll save me some trouble. Although the five elders of Golden Light Mountain's departure surprised Mo Qingyun, he did not care too much. In his opinion, not being involved in the battle circle was the best outcome. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun steered the Blood Cloud spaceship away from the battle zone between the two races. At this moment, Mo Qingyun could not help but feel grateful to the five elders of Golden Light Mountain. If the five of them had not led the battle circle away, Mo Qingyun would have been involved in it. Once he had entered the battle circle, Mo Qingyun would have to put in a lot of effort to escape. Of course, if Mo Qingyun knew the five elders of Golden Light Mountain's true thoughts, he would feel very depressed. His mood should be very gloomy. Others thought of him as a jinx. It seems that things will be much smoother after my luck improves. Thinking about his situation just now, Mo Qingyun immediately thought that this was the effect of his luck improving. In a short while, Mo Qingyun steered the Blood Cloud spaceship away from the battle circle between the two races. Just like that, Mo Qingyun flew for a while before arriving in front of a large city. Jinghe Mountain City. After glancing at the city gate in front of him, Mo Qingyun put away the Blood Cloud spaceship and prepared to enter the city to rest. After entering the Jinghe Mountain City, Mo Qingyun walked on the city road and realized that there were many people in the city. Among these people, there were natives of the Ninebul Divine Land and people who had come a train. Jinghe Restaurant. Mo Qingyun walked around the city for a while before stopping in front of a restaurant. Then, he walked into the restaurant. After entering the restaurant, Mo Qingyun found a place to sit down and casually ordered a few dishes. When Mo Qingyun sat down, the people at the table next to him attracted his attention. The bloodline aura of these people seems to be very similar to Zishu's. When he sensed the bloodline aura of these people, Mo Qingyun was shocked and became curious about them. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun formed a hand seal and silently hit the bodies of these people. Let's observe these people first before letting Zishu identify them. After thinking about leaving a mark on these people, Mo Qingyun sat silently to the side. Chapter 2557. Have you guys heard? Yin Xin seems to have been injured by someone. He is a genius of a 4-star power. I heard that the person who injured him seems to be a galaxy-grade martialist. This news must be fake. Only a genius from a 5-star power could have such capabilities. Not long ago, someone spread the news that a mystic realm had appeared in the First Territory. I heard about this too. That mystic realm seems to be called the Divine Ninox Mountain. Many people have already rushed over. Mo Qingyun ordered some dishes and wine as he sat in the Jing River restaurant and listened to the conversations around him. These people were talking about all sorts of things. Some of them were about strange people, while others were about inheritances. The divine Ninox mountain has been unearthed. Hearing those people's words, Mo Qingyun's expression shook and a look of shock appeared on his face. This news shocked him quite a bit. He did not expect this at all. It seems like I have to speed up in case someone beats me to it. Mo Qingyun did not want to delay any longer when he heard that the divine Ninox mountain had been unearthed. Thus, he prepared to set off immediately. Although the nine-direction divine Ninox sword technique was not very useful to him at the moment, it was still a powerful technique. But no matter what, the nine directions divine bull sword technique was still a powerful sword technique, and obtaining it was not a bad thing. Mo Qingyun made up his mind and prepared to set off for the Ninox divine mountain. When Mo Qingyun got up, a few people at the table next to him turned their attention to him. A galaxy-grade martialist actually managed to come to the second territory. He is quite capable. He must have gotten lucky and managed to get past the demonic oxbone ocean. So what if he came to the second territory? He still can't enter the mystic realm. That might not be the case. Perhaps he still wants to go to the divine Ninox mountain. A few people glanced at Mo Qingyun with disdain and mocked Mo Qingyun. Hearing their mocking words, Mo Qingyun stopped in his tracks, hesitating whether he should teach them a lesson or not. Mo Qingyun pondered for a moment before giving up on this idea. He decided to head to the divine Ninox mountain first. The second territory was different from the outer territories. There was no lack of geniuses from large factions here. Even geniuses like Yanxian might show up. If Mo Qingyun were to deal with these people and attract the attention of some people, it would be inconvenient for him to act. Therefore, unless it was absolutely necessary, it was better for him to keep a low profile. As for the few fellows just now, he had already planted a soul imprint on them, so they couldn't escape from his grasp. That brat stopped for a moment. I thought he was going to attack me. Seeing the action just now, Wang Ziyu pretended to be scared and raised her hand to pat her chest. Seeing Wang Ziyu's reaction, the young men beside her immediately burst into laughter. Young Master Qingqua's matter should be almost done. Let's go and meet him. While Wang Ziyu and the rest were chatting and laughing, a young man with a jade crown on his head stood up and instructed them. Under the instructions of the young man, the few of them stopped fooling around and left the Jing River restaurant together. Not long after they left the restaurant, they came to the side of a man with green eyes and bowed respectfully to him. Zimo, you guys came at the right time. We are preparing to head to the Divine Nine Oxa Mountain. Let's go. Seeing that Wang Zimo and the rest had arrived, Qingque instructed them before flying out of the Jing River Mountain City. Outside the Jing River Mountain City, Mo Qingyun came out of the Jing River Mountain City. He took out the Blood Cloud airship and let Luo Jian control it. However, what surprised Mo Qingyun was that he actually met the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain while he was controlling the airship. Seeing the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain ahead, Mo Qingyun smiled bitterly. He really had an affinity with the 5 old men. Seeing that he had met the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain, Mo Qingyun instructed Luo Jian to return to the Soul Palace. After doing all this, Mo Qingyun controlled the Blood Cloud airship and flew towards the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain. Junior Mo Qingyun greets the 5 elders. Mo Qingyun came to the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain and bowed respectfully to them. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had appeared, the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain immediately became depressed. F*CK. Why do we meet this brat again? Is he a disguise of sticky candy? Brat, don't you dare. I don't want to see you again. When I was with you in the past, you almost got me killed. You'd better stay away from me. Brat, it's fine after greeting us. You'd better leave quickly. Looking at Mo Qingyun in front of them, the 5 elders acted as if they had seen a ghost and avoided Mo Qingyun like the plague. The 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain's behavior made Mo Qingyun even more depressed. How much did the 5 elders hate him? If that's the case, I'll take my leave. Feeling helpless, Mo Qingyun did not say anything else and bid farewell to the five elders. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he controlled the airship and left, rushing towards the Divine Nine Oxen Mountain alone. Bang! However, Mo Qingyun did not fly far before a terrifying force appeared in front of him. Following the appearance of this power, a majestic palace blocked his path. He controlled the blood cloud airship to rush forward and hit an ancient illusory array, triggering a hidden secret realm. It seems that I'm really lucky to encounter a secret realm like this. It's really unstoppable. Seeing the palace in front of him, Mo Qingyun was stunned for a moment before revealing a bright smile. This unforeseen event was undoubtedly an unexpected gain for him. A powerful force acted on Mo Qingyun's body and brought him into the palace. As Mo Qingyun entered the palace, the array outside the palace flashed and hid the palace. Seeing this scene, the five elders of the Golden Light Mountain who were not far away were all stunned. This situation really shocked them quite a bit. Damn, this is also possible. How can he encounter an ancient secret realm like this? Isn't that kid very unlucky? When did his luck become so good? No wonder I found out that kid's cultivation had skyrocketed. It turns out that his luck has become better. If I had known, I wouldn't have chased him away. Seeing Mo Qingyun enter the secret palace, the five elders of the Golden Light Mountain became even more depressed. To them, what happened to Mo Qingyun was too king monstrous. After a short moment of surprise, the five elders of the Golden Light Mountain did not hesitate and immediately flew towards the place where the palace appeared. Unfortunately, no matter what method they used, they could not make the palace appear again. They were truly depressed by such an outcome. Chapter 2558. This secret palace is so hidden. How did that kid manage to touch it? Seeing that they could not touch the secret palace, the two elders of Golden Light Mountain were depressed and could not help but complain. Hearing the two elders' words, the third elder also looked depressed and said, "That brat didn't even say anything when his luck got better. He scared us half to death just now. It's not his fault. It's our fault that we didn't give him a chance." Hearing the two elders' words, the fourth elder smiled bitterly and said, "If we didn't exclude him, he would have definitely gone with us, and we would have been able to enter the secret palace. What we do now? Do we just leave like this? Or do we just stand here and stare?" Seeing the situation in front of them, the five elders asked for their opinion. When he heard the five elders' question, the first elder pondered for a moment before replying, "I am very curious about what happened to him. Let's stay here and wait for him. When the time comes, we can ask him and see what kind of fortuitous encounter he had." Hearing the first elder's words, the few of them stayed and waited for Mo Qingyun to come out of the secret palace. While they were waiting, they did not give up and attacked the surroundings from time to time. They were all wondering if they would be lucky enough to touch the secret palace. Unfortunately, no matter how they tried, they failed in the end. After failing again and again, the five elders of Golden Light Mountain stopped trying and completely gave up on the idea of going in. In the secret palace, Mo Qingyun did not know about the actions of the five elders of Golden Light Mountain. After entering the palace, he looked around. Under his observation, he found that the palace was very small and he could see the end of it at a glance. The most important thing was that there was nothing in the palace. Mo Qingyun could not help but feel disappointed with such a result. The joy he had just now disappeared. "It seems that I've been happy for nothing. Let's see how we can get out." After scanning the palace once, Mo Qingyun began to walk around, looking for a way out of this place. Roar! Just as Mo Qingyun was feeling disappointed, a heaven-shaking dragon's roar suddenly resounded within the palace. The appearance of such a movement really shocked Mo Qingyun, and he instinctively released his soul power to sense. Could it be that there's a hidden formation in this palace? Mo Qingyun thought to himself as he released his soul force and carefully sensed the palace. With this thought in mind, his perception became even more serious, not letting go of any corner. Just like that, time passed quietly under Mo Qingyun's perception. About 2 hours later, under Mo Qingyun's perception, he had already walked through the palace no less than 10 times, but he still didn't find anything. After obtaining this result, Mo Qingyun was puzzled. He thought to himself, how can this be? There's clearly a dragon's roar here, and there's a weak dragon's might. Why can't I sense it? Could it be that my method is wrong? After pondering for a while, Mo Qingyun withdrew his soul power and thought of using other methods to search. Then, Mo Qingyun released his saint energy and tried to refine the hall. Soon, he gave up on this idea. It was impossible to refine this hall. If saint energy doesn't work, then I'll try the power of creation. With this thought in mind, Mo Qingyun released the power of creation to sense and refine the hall. However, the result was still the same. There was no progress. That's strange. What's the problem? The more Mo Qingyun thought about it, the more puzzled he became. He didn't understand what went wrong and why he couldn't make any progress after so long. After some distress, Mo Qingyun took a deep breath and thought to himself, logically speaking, my luck has already improved. I shouldn't have encountered such difficulties. No luck? Luck? Could it be? An idea flashed in his mind, and Mo Qingyun's eyes immediately lit up. He looked excited and said, could it be that to unlock the secret of this hall, I need to use the power of luck? Mo Qingyun thought to himself and no longer hesitated. He immediately used the gate of luck. The gate of luck. The eye of luck. As Mo Qingyun used the eye of luck, the scene before him changed. Waves of golden mist appeared. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun was immediately overjoyed. He knew that he had guessed correctly this time. It turned out that to unlock the secret of the hall, he needed to use the power of luck. That's a luck true dragon. When Mo Qingyun saw the true appearance of the palace, he saw a huge golden dragon trapped in golden chains inside the palace. Looking at the luck true dragon before him, Mo Qingyun finally had an answer to his confusion. He thought to himself, it seems that the dragon's roar just now came from this luck true dragon. If I can refine a true dragon of destiny like this, my destiny will definitely shock both ancient and modern times. Looking at the luck true dragon before him, Mo Qingyun's heartbeat sped up. He felt a strong sense of anticipation and said, at that time, under the influence of this luck, I'll definitely have endless fortuitous encounters, and cultivation will become extremely easy. The claw of luck. Under the intense anticipation, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated. He extended his hand towards the luck true dragon. As Mo Qingyun extended his hand, a forceful claw of luck tore at the luck true dragon. Roar. Faced with the claw of luck's attack, the luck true dragon roared furiously and directly bit at the claw of luck. Under the luck true dragon's bite, the claw of luck was directly devoured, becoming a part of its body. What a domineering luck true dragon. It can actually devour my power of luck. Seeing the luck true dragon's behavior, Mo Qingyun was surprised and immediately raised his guard. As it seemed, it would not be easy for him to refine the luck true dragon. At the same time, Mo Qingyun also became rather confused. He frowned and said, just who locked up a luck true dragon like this in this hall? In Mo Qingyun's opinion, no matter who it was, they would definitely be tempted by a luck true dragon like this. However, someone had locked it up here. This was just too abnormal. Thinking of that, Mo Qingyun became more alert. He did not try to refine the luck true dragon rashly. Although I can't refine the luck true dragon, I can refine the drifting power of luck. Mo Qingyun looked around. He had a plan. He would refine the drifting power of luck in the surroundings first. In his opinion, regardless of whether he could refine the luck true dragon in the end, he had to refine some power of luck first. The fate refining vortex. With Mo Qingyun's hand, a glowing golden vortex appeared before him. Once the fate refining vortex was formed, it gave off a devouring force and refined the luck in the surroundings. Chapter 2559. Half a day later, Mo Qingyun had refined all the power of providence in the hall. After refining the power of providence in the hall, Mo Qingyun's dragon of providence was clearly stronger than before. I've refined the power of providence. Next, I should think of a way to refine the dragon of providence. Looking at the dragon of providence in the distance, Mo Qingyun's mind spun quickly, thinking of a way to refine it. Mo Qingyun thought for a moment and decided to try using the Claw of Luck again. Claw of Luck. With a thought from Mo Qingyun, a golden dragon claw formed in the air above him. After the Claw of Luck was formed, Mo Qingyun controlled it to attack the dragon of providence. Roar. Faced with the Claw of Luck's attack, the dragon of providence immediately roared angrily and counterattacked. With the previous experience, Mo Qingyun was more prepared to face the dragon of providence's attack again. Then, Mo Qingyun controlled the Claw of Luck to avoid the dragon of providence's bite. Seeing that the Claw of Luck wanted to retreat, the dragon of providence immediately chased after it. Unfortunately, it did not chase very far before it was restrained by the chain. Then, the dragon of providence's counterattack stopped. Got it. Seeing the situation of the dragon of providence, Mo Qingyun's eyes lit up. He knew how to deal with it. The dragon of providence is restrained by the chain, causing it to be unable to move. If I continue to deal with it, I might have a chance to attack. Mo Qingyun thought to himself. He controlled the Claw of Luck to attack the dragon of providence again. This time, Mo Qingyun's attack did not directly charge at the dragon of providence. Instead, it circled around it. Seeing the Claw of Luck approaching, the dragon of providence was immediately annoyed, but could not do anything. Under Mo Qingyun's teasing, the dragon of providence finally showed some negligence in its defense. My chance is here. Mo Qingyun was overjoyed when he saw the situation with the true dragon of destiny. He controlled the Claw of Destiny to attack. The Claw of Luck stealing turned into a beam of golden light and grabbed onto the Luck True Dragon, tearing off a piece of its body. Mo Qingyun did not attack again. He immediately recalled the Claw of Luck stealing. Fate Refining Vortex. Then, Mo Qingyun used the Fate Refining Vortex to refine the power of providence. The true dragon of providence contained a terrifying amount of providence power. It was not something that could be refined in a short period of time. Therefore, he didn't need to be in a hurry to refine the true dragon of providence. He could slowly wear it down with battle. As time passed, Mo Qingyun would definitely be able to refine it. Before long, the Fate Refining Vortex refined the power of providence that the Fate-stealing claw tore off. After refining the power of providence, the power of the Claw of Fate had clearly increased. Oh yes, if I use the Fate Refining Vortex to interfere, will it be easier for the Fate-stealing claw to attack? As he looked at the Luck Refining Vortex before him, Mo Qingyun's mind stirred, and he had a bold idea. Then, he moved the Fate Refining Vortex and placed it above the Luck True Dragon. When it was above the Luck True Dragon, the Fate Refining Vortex released a suction force and devoured the power of the Luck True Dragon. Roar! Feeling the Fate Refining Vortex's devouring power, the Luck True Dragon immediately roared and wanted to tear the Fate Refining Vortex apart. Unfortunately, its body was locked, and it could not reach the Fate Refining Vortex in the sky. Due to the interference of the Fate Refining Vortex, the Luck True Dragon was distracted. Soon, Mo Qingyun found another opportunity. Then, a part of the Luck True Dragon's body was torn off by the Fate-stealing claw. Mo Qingyun didn't push his luck. He immediately summoned the Luck-stealing claw back. The rest of the time passed by slowly. A few days later, a dragon's roar resounded in the Golden Palace, and it released a monstrous dragon's power. A huge golden dragon shadow floated above Mo Qingyun, and it released a mysterious power. I've finally refined it. After a few days of hard work, Mo Qingyun had finally refined the Luck True Dragon, and his luck had increased tremendously. After refining the Luck True Dragon, Mo Qingyun did not want to stay any longer, and he looked for an exit to leave the place. After searching for a while, Mo Qingyun found the exit of the palace, and he left the palace. Whoosh! Mo Qingyun's figure flashed, and he returned to the Nine Bulls' divine continent. He saw a few familiar figures. Seeing the figures in front of him, Mo Qingyun was shocked. He did not expect that Jin Wuguang and the five elders had not left and had been waiting for him outside the palace. Thank you, seniors, for protecting me outside. Looking at the five people in front of him, Mo Qingyun was touched, and he cupped his fists at the five of them. With his current strength, there was no need for him to be afraid of the five of them. However, no matter what, they had helped him in the past, and there was no harm in showing them some respect. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, the two hot-tempered elders immediately questioned Mo Qingyun. Don't talk nonsense. Tell me, what did you get in the palace? Second brother, don't be rude. Seeing the two elders' actions, the first elder was displeased, and he reprimanded Su Mo before saying, Qingyun, did you have a fortuitous encounter recently that changed your luck? I did have a fortuitous encounter, and I was lucky enough to enter the mighty ocean secret mansion. Mo Qingyun did not hide the truth from the first elder, and he gave a simple reply. He had caused a huge commotion in the mighty ocean secret mansion, and it was hard to guarantee that the news would not spread here. Most importantly, with Mo Qingyun's current strength, he was no longer afraid of the five of them. If the five of them had any evil intentions, he would just fight them. After all, he would not be at a disadvantage. The mighty ocean secret mansion. The first elder was moved when he heard Mo Qingyun's reply. The doubts in his heart were cleared, and he said, Qingyun, second brother, was a little reckless in his actions previously. Are you willing to return to our sect? Mo Qingyun hesitated when he heard the first elder's question. He was really unwilling. Seeing Mo Qingyun's reaction, the first elder understood. He waved his hand and said, forget it. Let the matter of becoming a disciple be in the past. Where do you plan to go next? I plan to head to the divine Nine Bulls Mountain. May I know where Senior is heading? Mo Qingyun gave a simple reply when he heard the first elder's question. He then added, if we are going the same way, we can travel together. We need to pass by the divine Nine Bulls Mountain on our way back to the Nine Bulls' divine continent. Let's travel together. The first elder hesitated for a moment before accepting Mo Qingyun's suggestion and deciding to travel together with Mo Qingyun. Chapter 2560. On the way to the divine Nine Oxen Mountain, Mo Qingyun had many fortuitous encounters due to the change in his luck. Half a day later, an injured white flood dragon snow eagle died on the blood cloud flying ship due to its severe injuries. The white flood dragon snow eagle was a rare demonic beast. Its flesh could be refined into sacred pills, while its bones and feathers could be refined into divine weapons. The five elders of the Golden Light Mountain were envious of Mo Qingyun's gains. One day later, a patch of mature, illusory cloud rainforest mushrooms appeared in front of Mo Qingyun. The illusory cloud rainforest mushroom was even rarer than the white flood dragon snow eagle. It only grew in the clouds. Due to its similar shape to clouds, one might not be able to discover it even if they came into contact with it. 3 days later, two celestial domain-grade demonic beasts died in front of Mo Qingyun while fighting over a 100,000-year-old star nest. The deaths of the two demonic beasts allowed Mo Qingyun to take advantage of the situation and reap the benefits. Not only did he obtain the corpses of the two celestial domain-grade demonic beasts, but he also obtained a 100,000-year-old star nest. Although this star nest was already dead, the energy it contained was still enormous. Seeing Mo Qingyun's fortuitous encounter, the five elders of the Golden Light Mountain completely collapsed. They could no longer remain calm. This kid's luck is too abnormal. What kind of fortuitous encounter did he encounter for his luck to be so terrifying? Could it be that some time ago he used up the bad luck of several lifetimes all at once? No wonder this kid's cultivation suddenly soared. His luck is too good. Seeing Mo Qingyun's continuous gains, the five elders of the Golden Light Mountain felt as disgusted as if they had just swallowed a fly. Previously, when they were with Mo Qingyun, Mo Qingyun's luck was extremely bad. Because of this, they had forcefully chased Mo Qingyun away. Unexpectedly, Mo Qingyun's luck suddenly improved in the blink of an eye. This back and forth formed a sharp contrast, which made them feel very ironic. Boss, why do I feel like my face is burning? It feels like I've just been slapped. Under the intense shame, the two old men's faces turned red as they whispered, "Let's just separate from this brat. My heart can't take it anymore after seeing him encounter so many fortuitous encounters along the way." "We think so too." As soon as the two elders said this, the others hurriedly nodded their heads and voiced their thoughts. The great elder nodded his head in agreement. Then he walked over to Mo Qingyun and said, "Qingyun, we suddenly realized that we have matters to attend to, so we won't be returning to the Golden Light Mountain for the time being. Is that so?" Mo Qingyun stopped the blood cloud flying boat without hesitation after hearing the first elder's words. Shortly after, the 5 elders of Golden Light Mountain hurriedly disembarked from the blood cloud airship. Seeing the 5 people's performance, Mo Qingyun's favorable impression of them immediately became stronger. While interacting with the 5 of them, Mo Qingyun discovered that their characters were pretty good. Previously, when he was down on his luck, the 5 of them had expelled him, but they had not punished him. Now that he had reaped a lot of benefits, the 5 of them were not greedy, which was rare. "Seniors, I can't use these corpses. I'll give them to you." When the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain elders were about to leave, Mo Qingyun stopped them and took out the corpses. Looking at the corpses in front of them, the 2 elders were excited. They knew the value of these corpses. Immediately, they winked at the great elder, hinting him to accept Mo Qingyun's kindness. "In that case, we won't stand on ceremony." Under the hints of the other 4, the first elder accepted Mo Qingyun's gift and accepted the demonic beast corpses. After giving the corpses to the elders, Mo Qingyun chatted with them for a while before he steered the flying boat away. "This kid is really good. After getting benefits, he even knows how to repay us. We were wrong at that time. We shouldn't have forced him to leave when he was at his most helpless. All right, let's not talk too much. Let's continue on our way." After obtaining several precious corpses, the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain sighed with emotion as they watched the blood cloud flying boat fly away. After separating from the 5 elders of the Golden Light Mountain, Mo Qingyun summoned Luo Jian to control the flying boat in his stead. After handing the flying boat to Luo Jian, Mo Qingyun entered the Fortune mainland, preparing to refine the 100,000-year-old star nest. A star nest was the core of a planet, and the power it contained was immeasurable. Especially a 100,000-year-old star nest, the power it contained was even more terrifying. Although Mo Qingyun's star nest had been dead for a long time, it was still immeasurable. If I refine this star nest, my cultivation should rise sharply. Looking at the star nest in front of him, Mo Qingyun was filled with anticipation and immediately began to refine it. While Mo Qingyun was refining the star nest, a light gate emitting a devouring power appeared above him. Following the appearance of the dark devouring heaven gate, it began to absorb and refine the star nest's power, channeling it into Mo Qingyun's body. Refine. As soon as the star nest's power entered his body, Mo Qingyun began to refine it, raising his cultivation realm. Under the replenishment of the star nest's power, the saint energy in Mo Qingyun's body began to rise rapidly. As expected of a 100,000-year-old star nest, the power it contains is really not comparable to elixirs. After refining the star nest's power, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but sigh with emotion, and he worked even harder to refine it. After that, Mo Qingyun immersed himself in cultivation, raising his strength little by little. After an unknown period of time, the aura emitted by Mo Qingyun reached a whole new level. My cultivation has broken through to Galaxy Middle Stage. Sensing that his cultivation had broken through, Mo Qingyun withdrew from his cultivation. His face showed an unconcealable joy as he said, "Originally, according to my normal cultivation speed, if I wanted to break through to Galaxy Middle Stage, I would need at least a year or more. Now, it has increased by a full 10 times. It is a pity that under my refinement in this period of time, the remaining power in the star nest is not much." Looking at the withered star nest in front of him, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but sigh, a wave of regret rising in his heart. Unfortunately, what he obtained was a stillborn, and much of its power had already been lost. If it was a living star nest, after refining it, perhaps he could directly break through to celestial domain realm. "Master, we have arrived at 9 Oxen Divine Mountain." At this moment, just as Mo Qingyun was sighing in his heart, Luo Jian's voice sounded in his mind. Hearing Luo Jian's sound transmission, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and appeared on the blood cloud flying ship. Standing on the blood cloud flying ship, Mo Qingyun saw 9 huge mountains appear before his eyes. As Mo Qingyun scanned the 9 mountains, a group of familiar figures appeared before his eyes. Chapter 2561. I didn't expect them to be here, too. Mo Qingyun's face revealed a trace of shock when he saw the people in front of him. He was very surprised by this. However, after a short moment of surprise, a faint smile appeared on his face. It was good that these people were here. After he was done with his business, he could look for them directly. This would save him the trouble of searching the Ninox Divine Continent for a place where they could hide. While Mo Qingyun was observing these people, they also noticed his presence. Each and every one of them revealed a look of surprise. "Hey, isn't that the kid from the Jing River restaurant? He really came to the Ninox Divine Mountain. This is really interesting. This kid is really bold and unafraid of death. He dares to go anywhere he wants. His cultivation seems to have improved. He has broken through to the mid-stage galaxy grade. Does he think that he can enter the Ninox Divine Mountain just because he is at the mid-stage galaxy grade?" When Wang Ziyu and the others saw Mo Qingyun, they sneered and made fun of Mo Qingyun. Luo Jian's face darkened when he saw their behavior. He was about to teach them a lesson. They're just a few clowns. There's no need to pay attention to them. Just as Luo Jian was about to make a move, Mo Qingyun raised his hand to stop him. He did not show any emotion. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, there was no need to spoil his plan for a few clowns. If he made a move on them now, he would undoubtedly appear too outstanding and attract attention. His current advantage was that his cultivation was low, so everyone looked down on him. Only by maintaining this state would he be able to catch his opponents off guard during the fight for the 9-direction Divine Ox Sword Art. Yes, after being stopped by Mo Qingyun, Luo Jian stopped and ignored Wang Ziyu and the others. Upon seeing that they had arrived at the Ninox Divine Mountain, Mo Qingyun put away the Blood Cloud spaceship and flew directly into the Ninox Divine Mountain. When he saw Mo Qingyun's actions, Luo Jian did not hesitate and immediately followed behind him. "Let's enter the mountain too." Seeing Mo Qingyun and the rest enter the mountain, Qin Ke, who was beside Prince Mo, instructed them. When they heard Qin Ke's words, Wang Zimo and the others hurriedly followed up and flew into the Divine 9 Oxen Mountain. Not long after, everyone entered the Divine 9 Oxen Mountain and arrived at a barrier. Ow, ow, ow. As soon as Mo Qingyun entered the Divine 9 Oxen Mountain, the resounding sound of horns could be heard from all directions. Hearing the sound of the horns, Mo Qingyun's expression immediately tensed up, and he took precautions against his surroundings. Under Mo Qingyun's vigilance, the huge bull demons surrounded them. The strength of these bull demons varied. The stronger ones were at the celestial domain grade, while the weaker ones were only at the nebula grade. "Master, there's no end to these bull demons. We have to break out of their encirclement as soon as possible." Looking at the surrounding bull demons, Luo Jian's expression became tense, and he immediately reminded Mo Qingyun. After hearing Luo Jian's reminder, Mo Qingyun made up his mind and looked around. After scanning the surroundings, Mo Qingyun chose the east direction and decided to break out of the encirclement there. Although there were many bull demons there, their strength wasn't high. The strongest one was only at the galaxy grade. Given the strength of the two of them, it wouldn't be too difficult to deal with them. Kill! Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and rushed towards the bull demons in the east, killing them and breaking out of the encirclement. Seeing Mo Qingyun rush out, Luo Jian hurriedly followed him and guarded Mo Qingyun. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Wang Ziyu and the others' expressions changed, and they started mocking him again. This silly kid actually dares to barge into the divine Nine-Oxen Mountain when he doesn't know anything about it. Everyone knows that the more bull demons there are on the divine Nine-Oxen Mountain, the stronger the bull demons behind. The direction he chose seems to have the most bull demons. There might even be quasi-universe grade bull demons there. When they saw Mo Qingyun's actions, Wang Zimo and the others sneered and gloated in their hearts. Compared to Wang Zimo and the rest, Qing Qian ignored Mo Qingyun and flew towards the south, saying, "Everyone, don't be careless. Follow me to break out of the encirclement." Under Qing K's command, Wang Zimo and the others had solemn expressions as they hurriedly followed behind Qing Quebec. In a short while, Wang Zimo and the rest fell into a tough battle and were besieged by a large number of bull demons. At this moment, a strong aura was emitted from the back of the bull demons in the south. This was a bull demon's cultivation level, a sign that it was about to break through to the quasi-universe grade. Following the appearance of this aura, the beasts from all directions immediately gathered towards the south. In a short while, the number of bull demons around Wang Zimo and the rest increased by a few times. In comparison, the pressure on Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian was greatly reduced. Seeing the situation between them and Mo Qingyun, Wang Zimo and the rest were dumbfounded and their faces turned red. They would never have thought that the end result would be like this. It had to be said that this slap in the face came too quickly and they didn't even have time to react. This kid's luck is really good. He actually encountered such a good thing. Everyone, don't get distracted. Quickly break out of the encirclement of the bull demons. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. We should also break out towards the east. The bull demons, they're the weakest and the least in numbers. Seeing the situation at Mo Qingyun's side, Qing Qian immediately made a decision and brought everyone to retreat towards the east. As they retreated to the east, a very strange scene appeared. Their current actions seemed to be covering the retreat for Mo Qingyun. Damn it, we actually covered the retreat for this kid. Damn it, next time, don't let me meet him. Otherwise, I won't be courteous to him. Right now, that kid must be laughing in his heart and laughing at us. Seeing their actions, Wang Zimo and the rest felt that it was ironic and a strong sense of anger arose. Although they were angry, they didn't dare to be negligent and all of them killed the bull demons with all their might. Due to Qing Qian and the rest's actions, Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian's pressure was greatly reduced and they quickly broke out of the encirclement. Everyone, thank you for covering the retreat. I will remember this kindness. Looking at Wang Zimo and the rest who covered the retreat for him, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and mocked them. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Wang Zimo and the rest's mood immediately became worse. In their opinion, Mo Qingyun's words were obviously mocking them. Everyone, please continue. We'll make a move first. After saying this to Wang Zimo and the rest, Mo Qingyun didn't stay any longer and immediately left with Luo Jian. Due to the large number of bull demons in the divine Nine Bulls Mountain, Mo Qingyun was very careful with his journey. If they were to encounter another bull demon, they wouldn't be as lucky as before. There would be people covering the retreat for them. Chapter 2562. Nobody knew if this was due to luck or Mo Qingyun's carefulness. He didn't encounter a single bull demon for the rest of his journey. Everything was smooth sailing. Although Mo Qingyun was a little surprised by this, he was still happy to see it. Being able to travel smoothly was pretty good, as it would save him a lot of trouble. It wasn't long before Mo Qingyun arrived at the center of the divine Nine-Oxen Mountain under his hurrying. In the most central position, there was an ancient palace. The outside of the palace was surrounded by people. These people had very strong cultivation bases. Most of them were celestial domain grades, and a few of them were even late-stage celestial domain grades. He's here too. Mo Qingyun swept his gaze over the crowd, and a familiar figure entered his sight. That person looked at Mo Qingyun when he sensed his gaze and smiled. "Brother Mo, you're here too. I've been waiting for you for a long time." That's right. The person Mo Qingyun was greeting was Yin Xian, whom he had met in the East Jin dynasty's secret residence. Oh no! Mo Qingyun frowned when he heard Yin Xian's greeting. He had a bad feeling about this. He knew that Yin Xian had greeted him out of courtesy. However, Yin Xian's status wasn't ordinary. If he took the initiative to greet someone, it would definitely elevate their status. In everyone's opinion, anyone who could make Yin Xian pay attention to someone had to be extraordinary. Sure enough, because of Yin Xian's words, everyone started to pay attention to Mo Qingyun. Who is that person? Since Yin Xian paid attention to him, he must have a powerful background. He must be a genius of some 4-star faction. That must be it. Otherwise, Yin Xian wouldn't have been so polite to him given his galaxy-grade cultivation base. When everyone noticed Mo Qingyun, they started to speculate about Mo Qingyun's origins. While everyone was whispering and pointing at Mo Qingyun, a young man turned to look at Yin Xian and said, "Yin Xian, I heard a rumor that you seriously injured a galaxy-grade kid. Could he be that person?" The moment the words left the young man's mouth, everyone was shocked. Their curiosity towards Mo Qingyun grew even stronger. If that was the case, then Mo Qingyun was even more amazing. In the following days, they would have to pay more attention to Mo Qingyun. He was a strong opponent. No matter what, Mo Qingyun was able to injure Yin Xian, which meant that he was very strong. Not bad. Yin Xian smiled sheepishly and nodded in response to the young man's question. Although it's a little embarrassing to say this, I did suffer quite a bit in my previous battle with Brother Mo. Yin Xian's words immediately caused an uproar. Everyone was shocked. They didn't think that it was true. Mo Qingyun really did injure Yin Xian. Interesting. The young man immediately sneered after receiving confirmation from Yin Xian. He slowly walked over to Mo Qingyun and said, "There's still some time before the 9-Bull Divine Hall opens. It's very boring waiting. Why don't we have a spar?" Everyone was stunned when they heard the young man's words. They thought that they had heard wrong. Lang Yin was a genius from the 4-star Dragon Wolf sect. His talent was even higher than Yin Xian's. More importantly, he was a late-stage celestial domain-grade powerhouse. His strength wasn't any weaker than a quasi-universe-grade powerhouse. Given his status, he had actually taken the initiative to challenge Mo Qingyun. This was unbelievable. There's going to be a good show. Someone exclaimed excitedly from the crowd. Everyone's interest was piqued when they heard this person's words. They hadn't had the chance to watch the battle between Mo Qingyun and Yin Xian. Now that they were able to watch the battle between Mo Qingyun and Lang Yin, even if they didn't gain anything later, this trip would be worth it. This fella really can't hold himself back. Yin Xian shook his head helplessly when he saw Lang Yin's actions. Lang Yin, Brother Mo, isn't an ordinary person. If you want to use him as a stepping stone to establish your dominance, don't fail miserably. Humph, I'm not like you. I'm not a disgrace to the Ghost Fire Sword sect. Hearing Yin Xian's words, Lang Yin immediately snorted coldly and mocked unhappily. After replying to Yin Xian, Lang Yin ignored him and urged Mo Qingyun, "Lad, don't waste time. No one can escape from a challenge that I, Lang Yin, challenge. Seems like this battle is unavoidable." Mo Qingyun didn't want to avoid it when he saw Lang Yin's attitude. He shook his head and sighed. Since it's unavoidable, let's fight. Mo Qingyun thought that he could use this opportunity to establish his dominance if he defeated Lang Yin. Most people wouldn't dare provoke him in the following process, so this wasn't a bad outcome. Mo Qingyun made his decision. He walked out of the crowd and confronted Lang Yan. Everyone tensed up when they saw Mo Qingyun and Lang Yan confronting each other. They made way for them. Fire beacon, Lang Yan. After sizing up Mo Qingyun, Lang Yan took the initiative to attack. He took out a long spear and stabbed out. Lang Yan stabbed out with his spear, and a terrifying flame power erupted from his body. The power of this flame erupted and turned into a fire wolf that charged toward Mo Qingyun. Flame attack? Mo Qingyun was stunned when he saw Lang Yan's attack. Then he smiled faintly and said, "Since you're using flame power, don't blame me for bullying you." Thunderfire Dragon, same body. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he activated his saint body to increase his resistance to the power of fire. When the Thunderfire Dragon saint body was activated, it exuded a dragon's might and a terrifying thunderfire power. Yin Xin, who was watching from the side, was shocked when he saw Mo Qingyun's performance. He said his body constitution has changed. It has become a true saint body. Yin Xin was shocked by this discovery. He couldn't recover for a long time. In his memory, there was a certain chance that a saint body would be awakened when one broke through to the saint realm. Mo Qingyun's situation had already exceeded his understanding. It had broken the iron law of cultivation since the ancient times. It turned out that a saint body could be awakened not only when one broke through to the saint realm, but also at other times. It seems that I have to report Mo Qingyun's information after leaving the Nine-Bull Divine Land. This discovery was too important for Yin Xin. It might affect the chances of a saint body awakening. In his opinion, if Mo Qingyun could do it, others must be able to do it as well. As for how he did it, the crux of the problem lay with Mo Qingyun. When Yin Xin thought of this, he looked at Mo Qingyun in a different light. While Yin Xin was thinking about this, Lang Yan's face was solemn. His expression twitched. He realized that Mo Qingyun's body constitution was the Thunderfire Dragon Saint body, which was his nemesis. Chapter 2563. Your saintly body is the Thunderfire Dragon saintly body? Lang Yan could no longer remain calm after discovering Mo Qingyun's saintly body. He asked in shock. He knew very well that the Thunderfire Dragon saintly body's resistance to the power of fire was very high. If Mo Qingyun really had such a saintly body, there was no need for him to continue fighting with Mo Qingyun. That's right. My saintly body is the Thunderfire Dragon saintly body. Mo Qingyun did not evade Lang Yan's question. Instead, he told him about his saintly body. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, there were many discerning people around. He could not hide it from them. Lang Yan looked depressed when he heard Mo Qingyun's answer. He stopped attacking Mo Qingyun. Since Mo Qingyun had such a saintly body, there was no need for him to continue fighting. You're not fighting anymore? Mo Qingyun's expression froze when he saw Lang Yan's actions, and he instinctively asked. Lang Yan's face twitched when he heard Mo Qingyun's words. He said gloomily, "Under the defense of the Thunderfire Dragon's saintly body, I can't even use 30% of my attack's power. How do you think we can continue fighting?" Yin Xin gloated when he saw Lang Yan's expression. He immediately sneered. "Lang Yan, I just reminded you not to use Brother Mo as a stepping stone. Am I right?" "Humph." Lang Yan snorted when he heard Yin Xion's words. He vented his displeasure immediately. If he had known that Mo Qingyun had such a saintly body, he would never have challenged him. Lang Yan snorted. His face turned even uglier. He glared at Yin Xion and said coldly, "Yin Xion, you knew that he had the Thunderfire Dragon's saintly body. You didn't tell me on purpose, right? That's why you lost to him, right?" Yin Xion fell silent when he heard Lang Yan's question. He did not know how to answer. When he fought with Mo Qingyun did not have a saintly body. Mo Qingyun defeated him with his own strength. However, Yin Xion was not prepared to answer this question. He smiled mysteriously and said, Why do you care how I lost? If you want to know, you can fight with brother Mo. Lang Yin was furious when he heard Yan's provocation. Lang Yin gritted his teeth. Mo Qingyun smiled when he challenged Lang Yin. He challenged Lang Yin, I'll finish what I started you. Since you've challenged me, how can you give up halfway? As soon as Mo Qingyun's words left his mouth, the crowd went into an uproar. Everyone looked surprised. Did I hear wrongly? This kid is challenging Lang Yin? Yin, Yin strength, have a body cultivation body, S's Yin. I don't think so. The difference between their cultivations is too great. Lang Yin can crush him with his cultivation. Don't forget that Yin Yin's cultivation level is not lower than Lang Yan's, but he still lost to that kid. Suddenly, everyone had different opinions about Mo Qingyun and Lang Yin Yan's battle. Lang Yan's face darkened. He said angrily, Kid, don't go too far. Your body constitution may give you an absolute advantage, but it doesn't mean you'll win. Aren't you the same? Mo Qingyun was not afraid at all in the face of Lang Yan's displeasure. He retorted forcefully and said, Earlier, you challenged me of your own accord. Didn't you also use your advantage in cultivation? The result clearly proves that cultivation is not the key to victory. All right, since you insist on fighting, I'll fulfill your wish. Lang Yin no longer cowered when he saw how overbearing Mo Qingyun was. He accepted Mo Qingyun's challenge and said angrily, Wait a moment. I hope you don't regret your actions. Come on, stop talking nonsense. Mo Qingyun urged Lang Yin impatiently. At Mo Qingyun's urging, Lang Yin took out his long spear again and charged at Mo Qingyun. Fire beacon wolf smoke. Lang Yin stabbed with his spear. Immediately, a burst of flame power turned into a huge flame wolf shadow. As soon as the fiery wolf was formed, it pounced at Mo Qingyun with a ferocious aura. Great! Mo Qingyun was excited by Lang Yin Yan's attack. He exuded a strong fighting spirit. Then, Mo Qingyun used his divine ability to resist the attack of the flaming wolf shadow. Thunder Fire Dragon Sacred Body. Nebulous Saint Garment. Mo Qingyun activated his sacred body. A burst of flame power burst out from his body. Then, this burst of flame power formed a flame armor around Mo Qingyun's body. Mo Qingyun didn't stop after the flame armor was formed. Instead, he took out the Nebulous Saint Garment. A purple glow flashed around Mo Qingyun's body before it was concealed within the flame armor. After Mo Qingyun had done all this, he wore an indifferent expression as he waited for the flaming wolf's shadow to attack. What's he trying to do? Is he trying to take Lang Yan's attack head-on? This kid is too arrogant. He actually underestimated Lang Yan. He will pay a painful price for his actions. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, everyone was shocked. They were frightened by this situation. In their opinion, even a quasi-universe-grade powerhouse wouldn't dare take Lang Yan's attack head-on. Compared to the others, Yin Xian frowned when he saw Mo Qingyun's intentions. Brother Mo's courage and boldness are extraordinary. He wants to use Lang Yan's ability to test the Lightning Fire Dragon Saint Body's resistance to fire attacks. In Yin Xian's opinion, Mo Qingyun's actions were a little crazy. He didn't know that Mo Qingyun had dared to do this for two reasons. Firstly, he had the counter Nebulous Saint Garment, which could reflect a portion of the attack and injure Lang Yin. Secondly, the great beginning Dark Creation bloodline had a strong recovery ability that could heal his injuries in a short period of time. He wouldn't have dared to do this without these prerequisites. After all, the risk was too great. Boom! Everyone watched nervously as the flame wolf shadow engulfed Mo Qingyun and exploded with a deafening sound. Everyone tensed up when they saw this. They couldn't help but worry for Mo Qingyun. Suddenly, Lang Yin turned pale and spat out a mouthful of blood. Everyone's eyes widened when they saw Lang Yan's condition. They were extremely puzzled. The person who had attacked was clearly Lang Yan. How had he gotten injured instead? Compared to the confused crowd, Yin Xian had a look of realization as he understood Lang Yan's situation. He thought to himself, I forgot about this. Brother Mo has awakened the nebulous saint robe. Lang Yin has suffered a loss this time. Chapter 2564. A short while later, as the flaming wolf dissipated, Mo Qingyun, who was submerged in it, slowly revealed himself. Mo Qingyun looked a little battered, but his breathing was very stable. It seemed like he hadn't suffered any serious injuries after taking Lang Yan's full-powered attack. Seeing this result, everyone was greatly shocked. They were frightened by Mo Qingyun's performance. He took Lang Yan's full-powered attack head-on and is fine. This kid's defense is too terrifying. If I had been in his place, I would have been reduced to ashes after taking Lang Yan's full-powered attack head-on. This means that Lang Yan's situation isn't looking good. It will be a tough battle. Do you think Lang Yan will be defeated by this kid, like Yin Xian? After seeing Mo Qingyun's amazing performance, everyone started to worry about Lang Yan. Lang Yan hadn't been able to hurt Mo Qingyun even though he had used his full power. How could he fight Mo Qingyun now? Unless Mo Qingyun just stood there and let him hit him. That was obviously impossible. Mo Qingyun wasn't that stupid. Due to Mo Qingyun's amazing performance, no one had noticed the nebulous sacred robe. Otherwise, the astonishment in their hearts would be even more intense. Due to the special characteristics of a nebulous sacred robe, the stronger the attack on Mo Qingyun, the greater the backlash. Anyone would have a headache when facing an enemy like Mo Qingyun. They would feel like crying, but no tears would come out. This was especially true for someone like Lang Yan. Although his attack had been ineffective against Mo Qingyun, he still had to bear the backlash. If this went on for a long time, it would definitely drive him crazy. Based on Lang Yan's attack, it wasn't a half-step universe-grade powerhouse. I can also ignore his flame, mystic ability. After taking on Lang Yan's full-powered attack, Mo Qingyun had a clear understanding of his tolerance for flame power. After blocking the fiery wolf's attack, Mo Qingyun activated his absolute beginning creation darkness bloodline to heal some of his minor injuries. A short while later, Mo Qingyun's injuries were completely healed under the effects of absolute beginning's bloodline of darkness. I've received one of your divine abilities. Why don't you try receiving one of mine? As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, his figure flashed, and he began to counterattack Lang Yan. As Mo Qingyun flew out, an imposing flaming sword appeared in his right hand. Green Ox Heaven-Breaking Slash. Mo Qingyun slashed out with the heaven-splitting divine flame sword as soon as it was formed. A terrifying power erupted from the sword. Then, several ferocious green bull sword rays shot toward Lang Yan. Bang, bang, bang. Under the surging of the green bull sword light, a series of earth-shattering sounds rang out in the air. In the blink of an eye, several rays of green bull sword radiance closed in, sealing off Lang Yan's escape route. What a powerful divine ability. In the face of Mo Qingyun's attack, Lang Yan's eyelids twitched and he panicked. Then, he stopped underestimating Mo Qingyun. He no longer dared to underestimate him. He realized that Mo Qingyun was not only physically strong, but his combat strength was also astounding. Fire Beacon Wolf Smoke. After understanding Mo Qingyun's strength, Lang Yan immediately swung his spear at the green bull sword radiance in front of him. When Lang Yan stabbed out with his spear, he flew forward, hoping to resolve the crisis. My divine ability isn't that easy to deal with. Seeing Lang Yan's actions, Mo Qingyun quickly saw through his intentions, and a dark light flashed across his eyes. Then two cold and sinister gazes shot toward Lang Yan. Pucci. The eyes were so fast that they reached Lang Yan's head in the blink of an eye. Under the attack of the eyes, Lang Yan's expression shook. His eyes widened, and his gaze became hollow. However, Lang Yan wasn't an ordinary person, and he quickly resolved the eye's attack. Geniuses from 4-star forces are indeed not simple. Seeing that Lang Yan had easily resolved his divine ability, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but sigh. However, just as he was lamenting in his heart, A cold smile appeared on his face. He said, "Although the evil summoning demon's demon prison I was quickly destroyed by Lang Yin, it was enough to imprison his soul for a moment." As Mo Qingyun spoke, the green bull sword radiance reached Lang Yin, leaving him with nowhere to run. Ghost wolf phantom tyrannical body. Facing the green bull sword radiance, Lang Yin didn't dare to hide his strength anymore. He immediately activated his saint body. As Lang Yin activated his saint body, his body started to turn transparent, and he turned into a black shadow. Lang Yin's body flashed a few times, and he dodged the green bull sword radiance like a ghost. He dodged the green bull sword radiance. Seeing Lang Yin's performance, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. Shock appeared in his eyes. He's so fast. Ordinary divine abilities can't touch him at all. After realizing this, Mo Qingyun frowned. He understood his current situation. If he wanted to hurt Lang Yin, he'd have to use the Gate of Fortune, but that wasn't what he wanted to do. He hadn't even entered the Nine-Bull Godly Palace yet. It was clearly unwise to expose his trump card. While Mo Qingyun was wondering if he should go all out, Lang Yin's expression darkened. He said, "Kid, with my current speed, your divine abilities can't touch me, and my divine abilities can't hurt you. There's no point in continuing. How about we stop here?" Lang Yin is asking for peace. Did I hear wrongly? Lang Yin is admitting defeat. This kid is too scary. He can force Lang Yin to this point. Seeing Lang Yin's attitude, everyone was shocked. They thought they heard wrong. Given their understanding of Lang Yin, he wouldn't admit defeat so easily. But now, he'd lowered his head to Mo Qingyun. This was enough to prove that Mo Qingyun was extraordinary. All right. Seeing Lang Yin ask for peace, Mo Qingyun hesitated for a moment before accepting the suggestion. This was undoubtedly the best outcome for him. Through the battle with Lang Yin, he had established his prestige and made the people around him wary of him. At the crucial moment, he'd also kept his trump card, giving himself something to rely on. After the battle with Lang Yin ended, Mo Qingyun retreated to the side and found a spot to sit down. After seeing Mo Qingyun's performance just now, everyone's attitude toward him became much more respectful. Even though they saw Mo Qingyun meditating, no one dared to disturb him. They distanced themselves from him. Now, in everyone's hearts, Mo Qingyun was on the same level as Lang Yin. At this moment, while everyone was waiting for the Nine-Bull Godly Palace to open, a group of people rushed over. When they arrived in front of the crowd and saw Mo Qingyun not far away, their faces immediately darkened. Chapter 2565. What are those guys trying to do? Are they trying to pick a fight with Mo Qingyun? Do they think they're stronger than Lang Yin? I've seen people who aren't afraid of death, but I've never seen such fearless people. These guys are really brave. Brave warriors have a safe journey. We won't send you off. Seeing Wang Zimo and the others' actions, the surrounding people sneered, taking pleasure in their misfortune. In their eyes, Wang Zimo and the rest were different from Lang Yin, and they would be their competitors. If Mo Qingyun killed Wang Zimo and the rest, they would have one less competitor. Kid, you're really relaxed. You're actually cultivating and recovering here. Why don't you continue running? Why aren't you running anymore? Is your sane energy running out? Thank you for covering your retreat. I'm going to cut off your head now. Wang Zimo and the rest's faces darkened. After venting their anger, they attacked Mo Qingyun. When Wang Zimo and the rest attacked, someone stood in front of Mo Qingyun and blocked their attacks. He shouted, "A bunch of reckless fools. If not for Master's instructions, you guys would already be dead." After blocking the attacks of Wang Zimo and the rest, Luo Jian revealed his cultivation and released his aura without holding back. Sensing Luo Jian's aura, Wang Zimo and the rest were shocked and panicked. They did not expect Mo Qingyun's servant to be a late-stage star sector-level expert. Star. Late-stage star sector level. Sensing Luo Jian's aura, Wang Zimo and the rest turned pale and immediately regretted. With such an expert attacking, Even if Qin Qian came out to protect them, it would not be of much use. Say, Senior, we were wrong. Please spare us this time. After knowing Luo Jian's strength, Wang Zimo did not dare to be presumptuous and immediately begged Luo Jian for mercy. Luo Jian turned his head impatiently in response to Wang Zimo and the others begging for mercy. He pointed at Mo Qingyun and said, "My words don't count. Whether I spare your lives or not depends on my master's mood." Upon hearing Luo Jian's words, the expressions of Wang Zimo and the others became extremely ugly. Just a moment ago, they had been arrogant in front of Mo Qingyun, but now they had to admit their mistakes and beg for forgiveness. This huge psychological gap made them feel as disgusted as if they had eaten a fly. "Young master, we were wrong. Please forgive us this once." Even though they were extremely unwilling for the sake of their own lives, Wang Zimo and the others still begged for mercy. In response to their pleas, Mo Qingyun closed his eyes and didn't even look at them. He shouted, "Kneel down and admit your wrongs. Kneel down and I'll be in a better mood. Then I'll consider whether or not to spare you." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the surrounding people were shocked and felt a sense of respect for Mo Qingyun. "Whether I forgive you or not, we can talk about it later. First, kowtow to me and admit your mistake." How domineering and insufferably arrogant was this? Hearing Mo Qingyun's request, Wang Ziyu and the others hesitated, their faces revealing their unwillingness. There were so many people watching. Asking them to kowtow to Mo Qingyun and admit their wrongs was too much to ask. After hesitating for a while, Wang Ziyu's pretty face was filled with anger. She looked at Mo Qingyun and shouted, "Mo Qingyun, I'm the princess of the Divine Wood Tribe's imperial family. Aren't you afraid of the Divine Wood Tribe's revenge for humiliating me like this?" Hearing Wang Ziyu's words, Mo Qingyun opened his eyes and a bright light flashed in his eyes. Under Mo Qingyun's gaze, Wang Ziyu and the others trembled and felt a chill run down their spines. After coldly glancing at Wang Ziyu, Mo Qingyun slowly got up and said with his hands behind his back, "I didn't want to settle the score with you so quickly, but since you're in such a hurry to die, I can only satisfy you." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Wang Ziyu and the others looked at each other with puzzled expressions. There seemed to be some hidden meaning in Mo Qingyun's words. Without waiting for Wang Ziyu and the others to figure it out, Mo Qingyun raised his hand and summoned Wang Zishu. He said, "Zishu, do you know any of these people in front of you?" A beauty suddenly appeared by Mo Qingyun's side, immediately shocking everyone. Looking at the current situation, things seemed to be getting more and more interesting. "Wang Ziyu, Wang Zimo, Wang Zishan, so it's you. Do you still remember me?" Wang Zishu glanced at the few people. Her face immediately turned cold. Clearly, she was really angry. Facing Wang Zishu's questioning, Wang Zishu and the others were puzzled, not understanding what Wang Zishu meant. It was not their fault. After Wang Zishu reincarnated, her appearance was already different from her previous life. Upon seeing that Wang Ziyu and the others did not recognize her, Wang Zishu's pretty face turned cold as she said coldly, "My name is Wang Zishu. Do you remember?" "Wang Zishu, it's actually you. You're actually still alive." Upon hearing Wang Zishu's words, Wang Ziyu and the others were shocked and panicked. They had never imagined that Wang Zishu would actually still be alive and meet them there. Of course, what scared them the most was that Mo Qingyun was standing behind Wang Zishu. They were not very clear about Mo Qingyun's strength, but Luo Jian's strength could not be ignored. Even given the strength of the Divine Wood Tribe, facing a late-stage, celestial domain-grade powerhouse would be a headache. It had to be said that the current situation was not good news for the Divine Wood Tribe. "Zishu, you can decide how to deal with them." Upon seeing that Wang Zishu had recognized a few of them, Mo Qingyun handed the power of life and death to Wang Zishu. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's instructions, Wang Zishu's eyes turned misty and her pretty face froze as she shouted, "Kill them! I want to kill them all and bury them with my family. Luo Jian, do it. Upon knowing Wang Zishu's thoughts, Mo Qingyun did not want to say anything more. Thus, he immediately ordered Luo Jian. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's order, Luo Jian immediately roared and charged towards Wang Ziyu and the others. Wang Zishu and the others panicked as they faced Luo Jian's overbearing attack. They hurriedly asked Qin Qian for help. Young Master Qin Qian, please save us quickly. We rebelled back then because we were bewitched by the Fire Luan Phoenix Sparrow tribe. You can't abandon us. Upon hearing Wang Ziyu and the others' words, Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian's expressions turned cold as they turned to look at Qin Qian. Qin Qian's face darkened as he met Mo Qingyun's gaze. He immediately shouted at Wang Ziyu and the others. Nonsense! The Fire Luan Phoenix Sparrow tribe is a 3-star power. Why would we participate in the internal strife of a 2-star power? Upon hearing Qin Qian's words, the gazes of the surrounding people became ambiguous. They might have believed it if it was a 4-star power, but it was hard to say if it was a 3-star power. Chapter 2566. Not good. I've gone overboard. It seems like I have a guilty conscience. Seeing the change in the surrounding people's eyes, Qin Qian's heart skipped a beat as he realized something was wrong. Realizing his mistake, Qin Qian's figure flashed, pulling away from Mo Qingyun. Regardless of whether Mo Qingyun suspected him or not, he had to remain vigilant in order to deal with any sudden changes. Qin Qian's action immediately plunged Wang Zimo and the others into despair, their faces ashen. Looking at Qin Qian's reaction, he seemed to be afraid of Mo Qingyun and did not dare to confront Mo Qingyun directly. In this way, Qin Qian could not even protect himself. How could he save them? Zishu, I was wrong. Please give me a chance to change. Zishu, we're sisters who talk about everything. Do you really have a heart to let me die? Princess Zishu, as long as you don't kill me, I'm willing to do anything. With their last glimmer of hope shattered, Wang Zimo was no longer arrogant and immediately begged Wang Zishu for mercy. Unfortunately, Wang Zishu chose to ignore their pleas. Following that, under Luo Jian's tyrannical attacks, Wang Zimo and the others were killed one after another. In the end, only Wang Ziyu was left. Her face was filled with lingering fear. Many thanks for young master's mercy. Seeing that her life was saved, Wang Ziyu immediately thanked Mo Qingyun, as if she had just survived a calamity. Mo Qingyun sneered at Wang Ziyu's gratitude and said, "Don't be too happy. I didn't say that I wouldn't kill you. I'm just sparing your life temporarily." Mo Qingyun's reply was like a bolt from the blue in Wang Ziyu's ears. Who would have thought that Mo Qingyun did not change his mind? He still wanted to kill her. Luo Jian, seal her cultivation. Looking at Wang Ziyu, who was in a daze, Mo Qingyun did not want to waste time talking nonsense with her and directly ordered Luo Jian. Hearing Mo Qingyun's order, Luo Jian immediately understood and raised his hand to seal Wang Ziyu's cultivation. After sealing Wang Ziyu's cultivation, Mo Qingyun threw her into the Fortune mainland. He would deal with her slowly in the future. Ow, ow, ow. At this moment, a series of loud cries came from the 9 Bulls' sacred palace. Hearing the cries of the bulls, everyone immediately turned their attention to the 9 Bulls' temple. Boom, boom, boom. Under the nervous gazes of the crowd, a series of loud noises came from the divine 9 Oxen Mountain. Then, everyone saw the silhouettes of bulls rushing out of the 9 Bulls' temple. When those oxen appeared, the entrance to the 9 Oxen sacred palace was forcibly opened. Gradually, the gate to the temple opened, emitting an ancient and vicissitude aura. The door to the temple of the 9 Bulls is open. Everyone, hurry up and enter to snatch the treasures. It was unknown who said it, but everyone seemed to have gone mad as they rushed into the 9 Bulls' temple. Just as everyone was rushing towards the 9 Bulls' sacred hall, Qin Qian hurriedly rushed in and took the lead. After entering the 9 Bulls' temple, Qing Qian's expression immediately relaxed as a sense of lingering fear appeared in his heart. He said, "Since we've entered the Nine Bulls Temple, even if Mo Qingyun wants to find trouble with me, he won't have the chance." Qing Qian muttered to himself and stopped thinking about it. He slowly entered the depths of the Nine Bulls Temple. Seeing that everyone had entered the Nine Bulls Temple, Yin Xian nodded at Mo Qingyun and said, "Brother Mo, let's not delay any longer. Hurry up and enter the Nine Bulls Temple." Yin Xian said and followed behind everyone, flying into the Nine Bulls Temple. When Yin Xian flew out, Lang Yin followed closely behind her, unwilling to be outdone. "Let's go in too." Seeing Yin Xian and Lang Yin's actions, Mo Qingyun instructed Luo Jian and sent Wang Zishu into the Fortune mainland. Following that, Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian also entered the Nine Bulls Temple. The space inside the Nine Bulls Temple was very strange. It was like the body of a giant bull, and there were all kinds of bull organs. "This place is very strange. We have to be careful." Mo Qingyun glanced around and alerted Luo Jian. "Don't worry," he warned Luo Jian. After Mo Qingyun finished his words, he continued to walk into the Nine Bulls Temple. Not long after, Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian walked forward and came to a narrow passage. They saw ropes that looked like cow tendons. There was a shocking fluctuation of holy energy on the ropes. Clearly, these ropes were not simple. Mo Qingyun glanced at the ropes and discovered that there was a sea of bones under the ropes. From the looks of it, the owners of these skeletons should all have died here. "Let's be careful." Looking at the situation in front of them, Mo Qingyun reminded Luo Jian. He flew toward the ropes. The closer they got to the strange ropes, the more nervous Mo Qingyun became. The uneasiness in his heart grew stronger. Suddenly, the ropes moved and whipped towards Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian. "I knew you would be dishonest." Mo Qingyun was not surprised by the sudden attack of the ropes, as if he had expected it. Mo Qingyun's words fell, and he clenched his right hand. A long flaming sword appeared in his hand. Slash! Under Mo Qingyun's swing, the divine flame's heaven splitter sword bloomed with dazzling flames, and a threatening sword light blasted out. The sword light slashed through the air like a flood dragon and collided with the ropes. Bang! The sword beam stood on the rope and immediately exploded with a loud sound, causing the entire palace to shake. However, what surprised Mo Qingyun was that the ropes did not suffer the slightest damage under the attack of the sword light. What a terrifying defense! Looking at the situation of the ropes, Mo Qingyun's expression turned serious. He had a slight understanding in his heart. It seems that it is impossible to break these ropes. If we want to pass through here, we can only pass through the gaps in the ropes. Mo Qingyun understood this point. He did not think too much and immediately flew into the inner part of the palace. When Mo Qingyun moved forward, Luo Jian followed closely behind to help Mo Qingyun deal with any sudden changes. Then, with the cooperation of Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian, they passed through the ropes without any danger. Mo Qingyun passed through the area of the ropes and fell down, entering the intestines of the cows. When Mo Qingyun was observing the surroundings, black insects covered in armor were pushing dung balls that were billowing with yellow smoke. "These are the dung balls, cursed dung balls." Seeing the demonic insects in front of him, Luo Jian's expression immediately trembled. His face was filled with panic. Obviously, he knew the origin of these insects and knew that they were very powerful. Mo Qingyun's expression tensed up when he noticed this. At the same time, he was also curious about it. Chapter 2567. Master, these bugs are very strange. They're different from ordinary bugs. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Luo Jian immediately gave him an answer. He explained briefly and said, "Their attack power is not particularly strong, but their defense is very strong." Mo Qingyun had already noticed that the bug's armor was very hard. At this point, Luo Jian continued, "The most important thing is that the attacks of these insects are very strange. If you are injured by them, You'll be cursed, and your luck will become extremely bad. There's actually such an attack. It's a bit similar to the Gate of Bloody Disaster. After listening to Luo Jian's explanation, Mo Qingyun understood. He now understood the method of cursing the dung worm. It was indeed a headache to encounter such a guy. Due to his previous experiences, Mo Qingyun knew very well what would happen if one's luck were changed. Let's go, we'll break through. Mo Qingyun pondered for a moment before he made up his mind and informed Luo Jianjiao of his decision. Then his figure flashed, and he flew toward the group of dung-pushing bugs. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Luo Jian's expression twitched, and he immediately felt a strong sense of fear. In his opinion, Mo Qingyun's current action was a little too risky. However, seeing Mo Qingyun rush out, he did not hesitate and immediately followed behind Mo Qingyun. Gate of Death. Arriving in front of the shit-burning curse bugs, Mo Qingyun took the lead and waved his palm at them. As Mo Qingyun waved his palm, a gloomy light gate blasted out from his palm. After the Gate of Death was blasted out, it immediately expanded rapidly and locked up several of the shit-burning curse bugs. Taking advantage of this gap, Mo Qingyun's figure moved and quickly rushed forward. Seeing Mo Qingyun hurrying forward, Luo Jian hurriedly followed, not leaving Mo Qingyun in the slightest. However, at this moment, a shit-pushing bug suddenly appeared on Luo Jian's body. When the cursed dung worm appeared, it waved its claws and threw out 2 dung balls filled with yellow smoke. Bang, bang, bang. Luo Jian was caught off guard and was hit by 2 dung balls. His body emitted a foul smell. At the same time, a mysterious black energy seeped into Luo Jian's body. However, what surprised Luo Jian was that the black energy was unable to seep in. How was this possible? Seeing the condition of his body, Luo Jian's face was filled with shock. He could not believe that this was real. The shit-pushing bug's attack was completely ineffective against him. It couldn't penetrate his body at all. Noticing Luo Jian's condition, Mo Qingyun was shocked and couldn't help but turn to look at him. Glancing at Luo Jian, Mo Qingyun's heart skipped a beat. He knew the reason. He thought to himself, Luo Jian was attacked by the Door of Calamity, and he still hasn't resolved it. His body still has the power of the Door of Calamity. The fact that the shit-pushing bug's power can't penetrate his body is probably related to the Door of Calamity. When Mo Qingyun understood this point, a faint smile appeared on his face. He knew how to resolve this situation. Since Luo Jian wasn't afraid of the shit-pushing bug's power, then he could act as a meat shield to resist the shit-pushing bug's attack. Luo Jian, you lead the way. After instructing Luo Jian, Mo Qingyun stood behind him and ordered Luo Jian to block the shit-pushing bug's attack. Luo Jian did not hesitate to follow Mo Qingyun's order. He stood in front of Mo Qingyun and blocked the shit-pushing bug's attack. In Luo Jian's opinion, this was the perfect opportunity for him to perform well and show off his might. With Luo Jian leading the way, Mo Qingyun and Luo Jian soon passed through the shit-pushing bugs group. After passing through the shit-pushing bugs group, Luo Jian's body reeked of a foul smell, looking extremely miserable. Facing this situation, Mo Qingyun was helpless and let Luo Jian enter the Fortune mainland to clean himself up. After sending Luo Jian into the Fortune mainland, Mo Qingyun's footsteps did not stop, continuing on his way. Mo Qingyun had not walked far when he saw a giant heart, emitting a dazzling blood-red light. Upon closer inspection, one could see a fiery red longsword inside the heart. There were some ancient characters carved on the longsword, which seemed to be a sword technique. Raging Bull's flaming sword technique. This is the same sword technique as the Green Bull's wood sword technique. Mo Qingyun walked closer to take a closer look. He recognized the sword technique engraved on the flaming sword, and his heartbeat quickened. Initially, he didn't have high hopes for the remaining sword techniques. Who would have thought that he would find the second sword technique in such a short time? Now that Mo Qingyun found the second sword technique, he no longer hesitated and attacked the heart. Bang, bang, bang. Under Mo Qingyun's attacks, a series of earth-shattering sounds came from the heart. Because Mo Qingyun's movements were too loud, it immediately attracted the attention of the surrounding people. Not long after, some of the people who were exploring in the surrounding area rushed over. When these people arrived, they discovered the Raging Bull's flaming sword technique, and each of them revealed an excited expression. That's the Raging Bull's flaming sword technique. I didn't expect it to be here. This Mo Qingyun's luck is really good. He actually found it in advance. So what if he found it in advance? It didn't fall into his pocket. There are so many people here. Even if we snatch the sword technique, he might not be able to do anything to us. Since it's like this, what are we waiting for? Hurry up and snatch it. The crowd gathered around, whispering among themselves, and Huang Xiaolong began to snatch the sword technique. Seeing that the crowd was coming to snatch it, Mo Qingyun's face immediately darkened, and a wave of anger rose in his heart. He shouted, "Don't say that I didn't give you a chance. If you scram now, I can spare your lives." Under Mo Qingyun's reprimand, the crowd's footsteps paused for a moment, but they quickly continued to rush over. In their eyes, Mo Qingyun's words were not enough to scare them off. "Since you're looking for death, then don't blame me for being ruthless." After Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he raised his hand and summoned the bone cows. Immediately, millions of skeletal cows appeared beside the crowd. Some people were caught off guard and were immediately hit by the bone cows, and in the blink of an eye, they lost their ability to fight. Seeing such an unforeseen event, everyone's expression changed greatly, revealing a terrified expression. They really did not expect that Mo Qingyun had such a trump card. This time they were all doomed. After a short period of shock, the crowd no longer hesitated and immediately fled for their lives. Looking at these people's performance, Mo Qingyun revealed a disdainful expression, laughing loudly. "You bunch of good-for-nothings are not worthy of making me hand over the sword art. If you want to take the sword art from me, you'll have to have the ability." Just as Mo Qingyun's words fell, his figure flickered, and he charged towards these people. The divine ability he cultivated was most proficient in group battles. The more people there were in a battle, the more powerful his divine ability would be. Flaming Sword, Saint Physique. Nebula, Saint Robe. Holy Brilliance, Ignite. When Mo Qingyun charged towards these people, he displayed one divine ability after another, erupting with terrifying power. At the same time, a purple glowing robe appeared on the surface of his body. When the purple glowing robe appeared, those who were close to him were ignited in flames. What divine ability is this? Fire. Fire of Origin. Everyone retreat. This kid can use the Fire of Origin. Quick, save me. Help me put out the Fire of Origin. Under the burning of the Fire of Origin, some of the surrounding people's bodies were immediately burned to the point of missing limbs. Some people with weaker cultivations were directly burned to ashes by the Fire of Origin. Seeing Mo Qingyun's technique, fear rose in the hearts of those who wanted to deal with him. Mo Qingyun's strength had exceeded his imagination. He wasn't someone they could deal with. With this thought, the surrounding people had the intention to retreat, no longer daring to fight Mo Qingyun. They already understood that Mo Qingyun didn't use his full strength when fighting with Lang Yan. "You're running away so quickly? I haven't had enough fun yet." Looking at the people fleeing in the blink of an eye, Mo Qingyun's face turned cold, and he immediately chased after some of them. Mo Qingyun's figure flashed like a comet, and he caught up with the group in the blink of an eye. Green Bull Sky, Splitting Sword. Mo Qingyun waved his sword and slashed out several rays of Azure Ox sword light, immediately killing several people. Seeing Mo Qingyun's strength, the fleeing people became even more panicked, and they didn't even have the last thought of resisting. Mo Qingyun's strength was too terrifying. He was no longer someone who could be dealt with by relying on numbers. More importantly, they were just a bunch of chickens and pottery dogs. There was no way they could fight together. After a while, Under Mo Qingyun's attack, nearly half of the people who had besieged him were killed. As for those who fled, Mo Qingyun didn't chase after them. He didn't take them to heart. They were just clowns. Even if he killed them, it wouldn't mean much. Right now, the most important thing for him was to look for other sword techniques that could hit the target. It's time to find other sword arts. After killing those people, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed, and he went to other places in the Nine-Bull Temple. A few hours later, under Mo Qingyun's search, he came to the sky above a sea and saw an endless green sea. Mo Qingyun surveyed his surroundings as he looked at the dark green ocean before him. He guessed in his heart, "It seems that I've entered the belly of the Nine-Bull Divine Palace. This should be equivalent to the stomach of a bull. I wonder what sword technique will appear." Mo Qingyun pondered for a while. Then he flew to the center of the sea and began to look for sword arts. In the process of Mo Qingyun's search, he occasionally saw some people searching in the sky above the sea. Mo Qingyun didn't pay attention to these people, and he continued to search around. Roar! Unknowingly, a demonic beast with a sharp horn suddenly jumped out of the sea. The demonic beast jumped out of the ocean and pounced on a person, bringing with it a violent wave. Facing the attack of the demonic beast, that person immediately panicked and raised his hand to block the wave. However, although he blocked the wave, his body was drenched with seawater. What surprised Mo Qingyun was that the seawater began to corrode that person's body. In a short moment, that person's body collapsed, turning into green liquid and falling into the sea. Chapter 2569. This seawater has a terrifying corrosive power. Mo Qingyun flew a little higher as he gazed at the dark green seawater below him to prevent himself from being ambushed by the demonic beast. Although his physical body was strong, being careful wasn't a bad thing. After all, the physical body of a galaxy-grade powerhouse was already very strong. However, due to the corrosion of the seawater, it still festered in the blink of an eye. This was enough to prove how terrifying the seawater was. If he accidentally came into contact with it, although his body wouldn't disintegrate, it would definitely be very troublesome. Now that he knew how terrifying the seawater was, Mo Qingyun was obviously much more careful in his subsequent search. During the search, he often saw some people being corroded by the seawater. Time passed little by little. As Mo Qingyun continued his search, he got closer and closer to the center of the ocean. The closer he got to the center of the ocean, the greener the color of the seawater and the stronger the corrosive power. When he saw this situation, Mo Qingyun's expression tensed up and he became more vigilant. After an unknown period of time, a huge water buffalo demonic beast appeared in his line of sight. Every time the water buffalo demonic beast surged, it would set off a terrifying wave, forming a wonderful illusion. What a powerful water buffalo demonic beast! Mo Qingyun was shocked when he saw the water buffalo demonic beast in the distance. He was prepared to keep a distance from it. Just as Mo Qingyun was about to leave, he discovered that there were ancient characters flashing on the water buffalo's body. When Mo Qingyun saw these characters, he became very interested in the water buffalo and immediately flew over. Under Mo Qingyun's pursuit, he arrived in the air above the water buffalo and saw the ancient characters clearly. Poisonous buffalo stomach water sword art. When he saw the characters on the water buffalo's body, Mo Qingyun's expression lit up. He had finally found a new sword art. It turned out that this powerful water buffalo was a sword art that represented the power of water. When Mo Qingyun understood this, he arrived in front of the water buffalo and blocked its path. Roar! When it saw that its path was blocked, the water buffalo immediately roared and charged towards Mo Qingyun. Facing the water buffalo's charge, Mo Qingyun did not retreat at all. He directly slashed at it with his sword. Green Ox Heaven-breaking slash. Mo Qingyun slashed out with his sword, releasing a burst of violent saint energy, blasting out rays of green ox sword light. Immediately after, streaks of oppressive green bull sword radiance blasted onto water buffalo's body. Bang, bang, bang. Under the bombardment of the green bull's sword light, the water buffalo's attack was blocked and it was blasted into the sea. Under Mo Qingyun's burning, the temperature of the seawater became higher and higher, like a huge hot spring. As the temperature of the seawater increased, some demon beasts that could not adapt jumped out of the sea one after another. Seeing the behavior of these demon beasts, Mo Qingyun was overjoyed and was even more certain of his guess. If this trend continued, the water buffalo hiding in the sea would definitely surface again. As the demon beasts kept leaving the sea, some of the people searching in the sea immediately became miserable. This was because these demon beasts regarded them as the culprits and attacked them crazily. Faced with the crazy attacks of the demon beasts, more and more people searching in the sea died. Next, time passed bit by bit. Roar! An earth-shattering sound of a horn came from not far away. Following the sound of the horn, Mo Qingyun saw a huge water buffalo flying out of the sea. Seeing the water buffalo appear, Mo Qingyun revealed a bright smile. This guy finally couldn't help it. You're finally willing to come out. Seeing the water buffalo leave the sea, Mo Qingyun's figure moved and immediately flew towards it. Mo Qingyun's figure flashed a few times, and he came to the water buffalo's side and directly slashed at it with his sword. Suddenly, waves of imposing green ox sword radiance blasted towards the water buffalo. Seeing Mo Qingyun's attack coming, the water buffalo immediately panicked and wanted to fly into the sea. Seeing the water buffalo's actions, Mo Qingyun immediately guessed its intentions and said with a faint smile, "Last time, I let you escape like this. This time, it won't happen again." Mo Qingyun waved his right palm, and a small black light door flew out from his palm. The death's door was blasted out and emitted a gust of cold and eerie aura that shrouded Qing Qian. What superpower is this? It makes me feel terrified. Looking at the rapidly approaching death's door, Qing Qian's expression trembled and his face turned pale. Then, he immediately retreated, trying to avoid being imprisoned by the death's door. However, his flying speed was much slower than the death's door. In the blink of an eye, he was trapped inside. When Qing Qian was trapped inside the death's door, he was eroded by a gust of death energy, and his body was aging. Mo Qingyun, let's talk nicely. I was wrong. Enduring the attack of the death's door, Qing Qian was terrified and immediately begged Mo Qingyun for mercy. At this moment, he realized that even if Mo Qingyun was injured, he was still not someone he could fight against. While Qing Qian was begging for mercy, he was also attacking the death's door and creating some cracks on it. As long as he was given enough time, he could still destroy the death's door and escape from it. Unfortunately, even if he destroyed the death's door, Mo Qingyun was still watching him. Soon, under Qing Qian's frenzied attacks, the death's door finally collapsed. At this moment, Qing Qian was already at the end of his life. His aura was weak and his body was broken. Chapter 2571. You are more capable than I thought. Looking at the severely injured Qing Qian, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and charged towards him. Now, we are both severely injured. We can have a fair fight. Mo Qingyun's figure flashed a few times and arrived in front of Qing Qian as he slashed down with his sword. Under Mo Qingyun's slash, rays of green bull sword radiance rushed out like a raging bull. Soon, the imposing green bull sword radiance had sealed off Qing Qian's escape route. Mo Qingyun, you have gone too far. Seeing that his escape route was sealed, Qing Qian's face turned green as he gritted his teeth and stared at Mo Qingyun angrily. Qing Qian had no choice but to no longer hold back his strength as a mysterious power burst out from his body. This was the power of the sacred body. Sacred body. Qing Qian also has a sacred body. This guy has hidden it well. As Mo Qingyun had awakened his sacred body, he was very sensitive to the aura of a sacred body. Mo Qingyun asked curiously, I wonder what kind of sacred body Qing Qian has and what kind of ability it has. Rock Phoenix Rage Sacred Body. As Qing Qian activated his sacred body, a deep phoenix cry could be heard from his body. Following that, the surface of his skin started to petrify as if he was wearing stone armor. Huh! Qing K bellowed, as a violent rock chi layer quickly formed outside his body. After activating his sacred body, Qing Qian clenched his fists and took the initiative to welcome the Green Bull Sword Radiance. Coming to the front of the Green Bull Sword Radiance, Qing Qian swung his fists and bombarded the Green Bull Sword Radiance. Under the bombardment of Qing Qian's fists, the Green Bull Sword Radiance collapsed and turned into clumps of sacred power. Mo Qingyun, the power of your superpower is only SOSO. After neutralizing the Green Bull Sword Radiance, Qing Qian's face darkened as he mocked Mo Qingyun. After Qing K finished speaking, he took the initiative to charge towards Mo Qingyun, as though he wanted to fight to the death with Mo Qingyun. Looking at Qing K charging towards him, Mo Qingyun stabbed the Divine Flame Heaven-piercing sword and was prepared to trap Qing Quebec. The Divine Flame Heaven-splitting sword was stabbed into the ground. The sword immediately shone brightly, and vines grew out from it. Not long after, a Rot-Tan cage was formed, enveloping him and Qing Qian. Soaring Bull Stave. Mo Qingyun used the Green Bull Ghost Wood incantation to trap Qing Qian, then he attacked Qing Qian. As Mo Qingyun brandished his sword, the imposing greenwood sword pillars emerged from the ground one after another. Facing the bombardment of the greenwood sword mound, Qing K immediately became flustered and almost got stabbed by the sword mound a few times. However, although Qing Qian had avoided the attack of the sword pillar, he had also fallen into a passive state. Dark Mysterious Palm. Green Ox Heaven-breaking slash. He looked around and said, since my injuries are healed, it's time to look for other sword techniques. To find to the east, 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 to the heaven, to the heaven, to the heaven and earth, to the heaven, heavens, heaven and heaven. Not only that, but every time Mo Qingyun traveled a certain distance, thunder vortexes would appear all around him. There were a few times when Mo Qingyun was caught off guard and was affected by the thunder vortexes. Fortunately, his lightning fire berserk dragon sacred body was extremely resistant to the power of thunder. Otherwise, he might have been seriously injured. It seems like this place is more dangerous than the previous places. I have to be more careful. Mo Qingyun thought to himself as he summoned some bone bulls and let them scout the way for him. With a large group of bone bulls scouting the way, Mo Qingyun's journey became much safer. Under the lead of the bone cow, although there was no longer the threat of a lightning vortex, there was a new problem. Mo Qingyun's current location was an ancient battlefield. There were many evil spirits inside. Although these evil spirits did not have mature spiritual intelligence, they were extremely powerful. Some of the more powerful evil spirits had even reached the universe grade. Mo Qingyun had a headache when faced with such evil spirits. He was battered and exhausted by their pursuit. Fortunately, the bone bulls were bringing up the rear. Otherwise, it would have been difficult for Mo Qingyun to shake off the evil spirits. Bang! 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 As Mo Qingyun was traveling carefully, the sound of an intense battle was heard ahead of him. Sensing the sounds of intense fighting, Mo Qingyun revealed a curious expression and immediately approached the source of the fighting. In his opinion, since there was a battle, there was a high chance that a treasure had appeared. After all, Mo Qingyun was certain that the trembling wasn't caused by the evil spirits. This battle sounds are already comparable to a quasi-universe grade entity. Who exactly is fighting? As he approached the source of the battle, Emo Qingyun wondered who the people fighting were. With this thought in mind, Emo Qingyun came to a place not far from the battle and recognized the two people who were fighting. So it's them. Emo Qingyun was shocked when he saw the intense battle between Yin Xian and Lang Yin. Then, he looked at a silver serpent. There were some ancient words on the serpent's body that exuded a vicissitude aura. This is the lightning sword technique of the nine-directional divine bull sword art. Emo Qingyun's heartbeat quickened when he saw the serpent flickering with lightning. Now that the lightning sword technique was right in front of him, should he fight for it or not? If he fought for it, he would definitely anger Yin Xian and Lang Yin.